So lately, I've been doing vlogs about stuff that is pertaining to not problems and issues and stuff like that. But lately, I've been doing vlogs that pertain to obstacles and what I believe is impairing me from reaching my full potential. And I said I was gonna do vlogs about like pretty much extra, terrestrial type stuff, not the normal, what we eat, what we drinking, government and street politics and work, because we all know that kind of stuff is going to impact your life. What I want to talk about on this particular vlog, what I want to talk about is the extraterrestrial. You know what I'm saying? Like the other stuff that, some people believe, can impact them, and what some people don't believe, can impact them. So, that's what I want to do on this vlog. That's what I want to do. So, we'll go ahead and start it up. So, I said, right, so being born, right, as a baby, you automatically know where you come from, which means you automatically are in tune with where you are from, whether it be, scientifically created, whether it be from another existence, another world, whether it be something that, people already had an idea of, or whether it be from somewhere else, altogether. You, as a baby, you already know what you are connected to. So when you feel that connection start to, break off, or when you feel your connection start to waver away, you cry, you complain, you get angry, upset, you get sad, you don't know what to do, you feel confused, so you cry, and you cry and cry and cry until your connection is realigned with you as a baby. You know what I'm saying? But what makes it complicated is that your connection had become connected with different things. So, like, the baby will cry and cry because it feels disconnected from its safety, from its, connection, from what it is. And the baby will cry and cry up until you give it a bottle, or up until you give it a pacifier, or up until you give it, or up until mommy comes. Or, like, it takes different things for the baby to feel connected. So, you grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to reconnect yourself to what you are, because you need all these different things. Money, food, a safety, house, car, job. You need all these different things in order to feel your connection. So how do you disconnect from needing to be connected? It's like a tough training. You gotta retrain yourself, and it's tough because you still have to exist out here, and it takes a certain mind frame. Now, what's crazy is when you, as a person, you start to learn that you, I want to say there's no point to being connected, but you start to learn, you start to see that you have to learn how to live disconnected. And that's where the danger is, because you become a monster, because you become something that's not who you are or what you are. You forget where you're from, you forget what it feels, you forget what your own safety net feels like. So you become a monster, because you've been living disconnected. You've been down on earth, you've been living disconnected from what you are. Like I said, as a baby, right? You are connected instantly to what you are instantly, to what you are from, to where you are from. You are connected. But the more you live, the more you go through things, you become slowly disconnected. Because, you know, it's a mind game. There's other stuff that's going on out here that has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, what you are. It has nothing to do with where you're from as a baby. Before you got here, before you were born. It has nothing to do with that. There's a whole other business going on down here. And I don't want to say it's 100% out to kill you, but it is, I want to say it's 100% not out to help you. That's what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? So, it's, yeah. But, yeah. So, you live and you do all this time and you do all these pressures and, you know, you go through all these problems. You know, you're going through all these, you know, situations. And you eventually go through so much that you forget how to realign yourself. You forget. And you become a monster because you have to keep living. Like, just because you're disconnected, it doesn't mean that the world stops for you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that the world says, oh, everybody cater to George, or oh, everybody cater to Willie because he don't feel safe no more. Oh, the world is continually going. Continually, big government still be government. Still need money in order to pay bills. Still need, you know, food. Still, everything is still very necessary down here. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop. So what happens is, yeah, you become either a monster or you either become a ghost. Alright? You become a monster because you realize that you have potential, but you won't let anybody stop. Right? So you become this monster, this freak that just won't be stopped with a whole bunch of schemes and gimmicks and a whole bunch of different, you know, weapons and ways to scare people and, you know, shake people up out of their mind or what they was thinking, and you can get them to see. Or you become a ghost. Right? Which means you don't have no schemes and no gimmicks, but you can't exist because, you know what I'm saying, you either have to be connected to what you are, right? Or you have to be a monster to get the attention and be able to battle and, you know, blow your way through obstacles and stuff like that. So you have to be like one of the two. So it's either those two or become a ghost. If you become a ghost, you just kind of exist for nothing. Just knowing that something is wrong, knowing that, you know, you're not connected. But I brought all of that up because I said I wanted to get to what was hindering me in my life. That's what I wanted to get to. So that's what I think I want to do. Like I said, me as a baby, super spoiled. Like I said, I was still from the streets of Cleveland, East Cleveland, Euclid, all of that. Super spoiled though. You know what I'm saying? My parents took what I feel like is very good care of me personally. Now I'm getting other people come and say, oh man, you know, man, your people didn't let you do X, Y, Z. Like, people was even telling me when I was 8 years old, 6 years old, 12 years old, stuff like that. Oh man, you know, your mama don't let you do such and such. Oh man, your dad don't believe you can do such and such. But I just wouldn't believe it because I felt like I was safe. You know, I had my video games. You know, I was fed every day. You know, we had a roof over our head every day, and I felt a connection with my parents. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids didn't have. Not all kids had a connection with their parents. A lot of kids was just like, okay, that's mommy. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I actually felt the connection with my parents growing up, both of them. And my dad, even though he wasn't always there. Whenever I seen him, I could feel the love for him, and I could feel that he thought about me all the time he was gone. I could feel the realness in his presence whenever I seen him. So I'm not saying like he was perfect, and I'm not saying like my mom wasn't crazy, because she was. Like, her discipline is just unhuman. Like, past army, past police force, her discipline is unearthly, period. You know what I'm saying? Like when she wants something on point, yeah, it's like there's no debating. There's no, bargaining. There's no bargaining. It's her way or no at all. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you don't want that. But anyway, I felt the connection with, with my parents. And it got to the point where those were like the only people that I trusted in my life for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and it went like that for, I want to say, the first 15 years of my life, maybe even longer. Right? Then I started meeting other, friends and stuff like that. Well, I started acquiring best friends, because of course you meet associates, but you meet regular people, of course, and they cool or whatever, but they fake, they're a snake, all that kind of stuff. So you say, well, okay, I already know what you're about, but I see you around, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. But like just going through all of that and passing all of that stuff, I started coming across these best friends, like these people who like to seem like they belonged in my life. Like we was on point with each thought, with each conversation. It seemed like it fit and it matched. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have to argue. I could feel like he wasn't being fake. They was telling me they real, their realistic points of view on whatever it was he was talking about. And of course, having, the same hobbies, music, whatever, television, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I started coming across these best friends. And then I started finding out that they was living kind of how I was living. Not really based in the street, but of course, you got to be street activity. You know what I'm saying? You got to come outside. Got to. And I came across over the time span, maybe about a good 4 or 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I started realizing, certain stuff is not meant to, I don't want to say not meant to be said. I don't want to say not meant to be talked about, but certain stuff was not meant to be let go of, because it was put in your life for a reason, and that's like the bigger lesson. But you get these other things that come into your life and can trick you into thinking, oh yeah, you can let go of people, you can let go of forever, and then you realize years later, like, nah, but I'm gonna get to that. So yeah, so like I said though, I was primarily, my only trust was with my family. Like anything outside of my family, no. You know what I'm saying? Now, I grew up a little different. Alright? So I always had this little optimistic side about meeting new people. Okay, just like a little percentage, I want to say. And there was a bigger percentage of my people, because my people didn't want nothing to do with that, with the outside at all. Like they was like, go to the store, come right back. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in the house by 7 o'clock. All the rest of my friends get to stay out till 8, 9. So it's just like, I was like the only one who would see like, street things and stuff like that. And they, and I would be like, I would care for them. I would be like, damn, that's a crackhead. Like, what can we do to change his mind about God? What can we do to get him to see that all he needs to be really do is put on a track. He needs to be put to work, or, he needs a different focus. Like, I know it's hard to get off drugs, but it's possible. You know what I'm saying? And you won't be perfect after you get off, but you feel so much more fruitful after you see yourself, you know what I'm saying, do something that's more than just drugs. And I used to feel like that, but, like I said, my people was just, nah, that's a fiend, sober for him, some crackhead, get him out of here, don't make me have to hurt, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, what's the deal? Now, with the extraterrestrial, with the other side of this story, this part that I brought up, I heavily believe in God. Heavy. Matter of fact, that's all I ever thought about, every day. And when I say God, I don't mean, like I said, I don't diss religions. I don't, talk about, Christianity and Buddhist and Hinduism and what's the other one, Baptist, atheist. I don't throw, because everybody got their own life. Everybody's living off of their own terms. So it's kind of stupid to look, to me anyway, it's kind of stupid to look at somebody and say, you're wrong. You're wrong about your God. It's kind of stupid, because you're not even in my shell. You're not even in my brain, in my head. You don't see what I see. You don't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, how can you tell me that? But I'm also not stupid. I also know that, and if you don't know this, you're an idiot. also know that because of how business is down here, businesses will be ran no matter what, by any means necessary. Like, your life could be on the line. You know what I'm saying? Your family could be on the line. And if it's impeding somebody's business, guess what's first? The business. The business is what's feeding their family. You know, the business is what's pumping their battery. So if your family or your people is in the way of somebody's business, then guess what's first? You know what I'm saying? Not you, not your family. But I was also not stupid though to know that there's a lot of false gods created for the purpose of running this life, running the business. And I know this because I already found God on my own, in my own head, in my own life, in my own body, via my own family, just via proof to me. Like I said, God to me is something you can feel. God to me is a healing. God to me is like it changes what was once uncomfortable. It makes you realize, it opens your mind, it makes you realize things to how you understand it. Not even exactly to what it is. Sometimes what it is something that maybe something you can't understand, but God helps you see things how you can see it. You know what I'm saying? That's what God, because God knows you. He made you. You know what I'm saying? He made you up. He knows where you come. He knows where you're from. He made you up. He knows you. He knows your purpose. You know, God to me is like, love. You know, God to me is like truth. You know what I'm saying? And it's by the most hardest things to do, because Lord knows, like I said, when you run the business, love is never involved in business. Business is all about the steps. Follow the steps. Like, I don't care if you got a broken arm, broken leg. I don't care if you know. But I always knew God on my own. You know what I'm saying? On my own. Now, like I said, he go to the weird part, the alien part. So I went like this up until I want to say I was about 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? I went like this until I was about 20 years old. Just knowing God, just confident. Now, I was always slacking off. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Always. Like I said, I was based in the streets of Cleveland. I wasn't born in Shaker Heights. I wasn't born in Akron. I wasn't in Amherst. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't none of those places. But I was born in Cleveland, streets of Cleveland, that Superior, all them kind of streets, those streets. So I was always slacking off, right? Just, knowing my full potential, knowing I got talent, knowing I could probably be doing better, knowing that I could probably be, giving my parents, some way more to look at, knowing I could probably be doing way better for my friends, knowing I could probably make my grandmas, because at the time they was both alive, knowing that I could be making both of my grandmas way happier, and all of that. So, but I'm always slacking off, because I always feel like I have more time. That's the way I'm always feeling. All right, from the time I was born up until about 21 years old, this is how I was feeling. I'm confident in God. I feel like, as far as, my belief in God, can't nobody stop me. I feel like, I can help anybody I meet, any problem I come across, I can solve it. I'm like a case manager out in these streets. I'm like a therapist, I'm like a counselor out in these streets. I'm helping people with their relationship. I'm helping my friends. I'm helping people I don't even know. Helping old ladies cross the street. That's the kind of dude I was. I just felt like that was my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come outside, I just see a whole lot of shit that need to get fixed every day. This went on to about, like I say, 20. So here's what happened. I go to this place called Job Corps. Right, because I tried Tri-C, I flunked out. You know what I'm saying? Didn't work. I tried Cleveland State, flunked out. Didn't work. So I go to Job Corps. And school is something. Speaking of that, school is something that I just always was like, I never seen the real point of it. Like, I seen the purpose, but I never seen, like, some of the stuff that was being taught in school. I was just like, okay, like, that's a waste. So I lost interest, like, and it's hard for me to, like, fake stuff. Like, if I lose interest in something, I'm like, I don't want it no more. Excuse me. I'm like, I'm cool. I don't even want it. But yeah. So like I say, I'm going to school, I'm doing this and that. Like I said, I got these couple of best friends, like 4 or 5 of them. And I go to this place called Job Corps. Graduated high school, barely. I had to go to because I did so bad in the 11th grade that I was barely about to make it to the 12th grade. And so I had to go to summer school. And I went to summer school, and yeah, I went to summer school, and I graduated on time. I graduated high school on time in 2004. I graduated, and I think I started, what I did was I got a job. My mother, she let me stay. She was like, you can stay here. She was like, yeah, G, you can stay here as long as you got a job. As long as you're doing something, you can stay here. So I was like, okay. So I went and got a job at Pizza Hut. I worked there. Actually, I was doing good. I was probably going to be a manager or something. I don't know. Be a delivery. I don't know. But then this faggot management came in, and immediately he didn't like me as soon as possible. Right? And I say faggot because that's how he treated me. Like, for some reason, he just didn't like me. Like, he would come in smiling, laughing with everybody else. Hey, such and such. Hey, then he'd look at me and be like, and I'd be like, like, everything was cool up until you got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, every other manager that was cool with me. Like, and yeah, we was dicking around, so, smoking weed, getting drunk, eating the pieces up. Yeah, sure. But we ran a good pizza shop. And we kept the customers coming back. And every time we had a full dining room, it was always rocking. We got big tips. You know, we made sure everything was done, clean. Nothing was dirty. We never had complaints. Everything was working out awesome. You know what I'm saying? Everything. But yeah, then this gay manager, man, he was gay. His name was William Kimura. He was a gay dude. He came in, and I think I was late like one time. Now, mind you, I live on the east side of Cleveland, right? Way east. I'm on 105 Superior at this time. And it was like a snowstorm. It was a super winter. And the pizza place was way on the west side on Cam's Corner. And that's near like North Olmsted a little bit, you know, out there and out west. So it takes me at least 2 hours every day, hour and a half just to get to work. So I was late one time, right? I walk in, and one of the delivery drivers was like, he was like, yeah, man, William told me to tell you that he let you go. I said, what? He said, yeah, he told me to tell you that you're fired, so, you know, not to come back or whatever, it's over. So I'm like, man, F that, bump that. I'm about to wait for him to get back. I'm like, where's he at now? He was like, you know, he's out on delivery. They were short on drivers. So he was like, yeah, you know, he's out on delivery. So I waited for him to get back. And of course, it was a bullshit story he made up. Well, you're always doing this. Well, you're always doing that. He just made up a whole bunch of shit that I wasn't even doing to try to make me look bad. So I said, okay, cool. And that was like my first, like, impact on, like, if people don't like you, it's not about gay, it's not about white, it's not about racist prejudice, none of that. If people don't like you, bro, they just don't like you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop overthinking and forcing yourself to be like, well, why? But I don't get it. Like, you gotta stop all that. Like, if people don't like you, bro, if they don't like you, they don't like you. And if they don't like you, they just don't like you. So, but that's what led me to go to Job Corps. Because I was like, I ain't got no job. I already flunked out of college. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out or whatever. I'm going to go to this Job Corps. So I went to Job Corps. And like I said, at this time, based my strength in God is still at an all-time high, right? On my way to Job Corps. I'm still knowing people. I'm still being able to communicate with people. Everything is great. As far as that, as far as the God part, as far as being confident in who I am and, you know, what I can do as a person and all of that's still A1. So I go to Job Corps. I stayed for like 2 years, right? Meet all kinds of people. Of course, have all kinds of good times, parties, smoking, drinking. And most of these people aren't from Cleveland, right? They come from Akron, Youngstown, Kansas. So I'm showing them all these little places or whatever. Like Coventry wasn't really all that popular then, so I'm showing people Coventry, You know, I'm showing people like, the little weed spots in the hood, showing people little, streets on St. Clair, you get this and that. Back then, the ice creams wasn't really big, the vaping apes wasn't really big, and all of that. The razor phone was kind of rare, you couldn't get your hands on it, but I knew all the little spots where you can get all that little stuff, right? So I'm like the little swag dude in the school, you know what I'm saying? I'm the only dude with the little certain style, and ain't nobody seen it, So I got known for rapping. And that's kind of how I, started meeting people. Now, like I said, my faith in God is still at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? My faith in my spirit and my family is still at an all-time high. Because at the end of the day, that's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to look good for my family. I wanted to look good for myself. And I wanted to do something different for the world. I wanted to look different, be different. I wanted to show people it's not about black and white. I wanted to show people it's not about being slow or uneducated. I wanted to show people that it's not about, God all the time. You gotta have belief and strength in yourself. Because God can come and give you a path, and if you are weak, you know what I'm saying, or if you are disabled, or if you are immature, you will continue to waste your time. Right? So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But time had to end because the school wasn't like a full college, it was like a trade school. So I spent the full 2 years there, man. Like, got to the point where I was like, I'm staying here, I might as well try to live it up while I can. I think I'm like 18, 19 these years or something. So I'll leave, right? I get my certification. I leave. All right, graduated, everything's great. Still got a couple people's numbers. Everything's still pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Everything's still pretty good. What did I do? What did I do after that? I think I had to go back home for a hot minute, because I didn't have a place to stay. So once again, she said the same thing. You can stay here as long as you're doing something, G. You can't be in here, you're not doing nothing. I can't have you in my house, you're not doing nothing. So I said, okay. I went and got a job at UPS, at the UPS store. That was on University Circle. So I'm working there for a while, and this course is bigotry, it's a racist manager. It's, like I said, this is terrible. But I'm used to it though, because it's all a joke to me. I'm like, you eat the same, you shit the same, and you feel like you bigoted. Like, to me, bigotry is always hilarious to me. Like, always. Because I'm like, dude, we all down here, dude, get killed, all of us get the same risk. Like, but I understand though. You probably live out independent somewhere, you probably paying mortgages. I understand, man. You got a whole nother, you look at it different. You was raised different, whatever. So I'm working at UPS and going home every day. So my mother, for the most part, she ain't tripping, and she cool. Now, what I do want to bring up though is, like I said, my faith in God was at an all-time high when I was at that job corps. But what I want to iterate though is that's one of the places where I started putting that use to work. You know what I'm saying? And I really mean that. Like, as far as like networking and being creative, as far as like just being on computers, fixing them. Like I said, mainly networking though was like the biggest way that I was putting my faith to work. Just getting to meet new people by any means. Like I said, whether that's by talking with people about where they came from, why they ended up there in the first place, about anything. People have problems, like they'd be down and out, and they'd be coming to me, and like I said, and it wasn't because I was like a big shot, because I wasn't by a landslide. I was just like the one dude that everybody knew that they could talk to, like no matter what. I always had the space in my mind for somebody to. That's just how I was. That was like I said, I felt like that was my life's work at the time. But I was putting it to use, to the point where, like I said, I'm showing people things or whatever, I'm doing all of this. to the point where, and this is kind of like when MySpace. This is like before Facebook even really took off. So I'm on this website called Communities, and I meet this whole other girl off in Singapore, right? And I'm thinking it's a joke. And she was like, after like 3-4 months of us talking on just on the internet, she gave me her number. So now I'm talking to somebody live overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like on the phone, like a female at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like it's blowing me away because I'm like, all I'm doing is believing in my faith. And you know, like I can't even call it faith. I'm believing in what I'm already knowing I can do, what I'm already possible for. I'm already doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not second guessing it. So I'm talking with this girl or whatever, and anyway, that part just like blew me away because, like I said, all I'm doing is what I'm doing every day. Yeah, so all right, so back to, you know, I'm at my mom's working UPS. So I came across one of these street dudes I used to know, and we got to talking. he was like, yeah, man, you know, it's these apartments, man, over here, you know, they do HUD or whatever. And I was like, HUD? He was like, yeah, you know, they based off your income. And this is probably year 2008, 2007. I'm like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah, man, you should check them out. And the building was right across from UPS store. So I walk across the street, and you know, I fill out the application. I'm like, yeah, they probably not gonna, you know, give me that, you know, they probably not gonna whatever. Like a month later or something, they called me. He was like, yeah, we got a place for you or whatever. You know, you still work at the UPS store, right? I'm like, yeah. They like, yeah, you still need a place? I'm like, yeah. They like, okay, well, you can move in. You know, you know, like the following week. So that's how I got my first place. And the place was probably like not even a 5 minutes drive from where my mother was staying. So I could walk back to the hood, and the place was in like a college campus, like a college area. It's a Case Western Reserve area. So, and like I said, everything was there. Quiznos, Rascal House, store. The store was built in the building. So it got you to the point where you didn't even need to do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as you woke up in the morning, you didn't need to do nothing but go downstairs, get you something to eat, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. Like, you didn't need to go outside for nothing, unless you wanted to. When that happened, I got that place. And I was still partying somewhat. I was still smoking a little bit, still smoking a little weed here and there, still partying. Still had my hands on those good friends. I still had them. And I was like, okay, all right, which is cool. Now, my party habits got so insane, right? Oh, and by this time I'd have had a couple different jobs, McDonald's, some grocery store or something. But what happened was I started this internship at this school called St. Joseph. And at St. Joseph's, I was doing an internship, and the boss just happened to be one of the teachers that was teaching at the Job Corps building. She sent me an email. She was like, yeah, well, I have an internship open, you know. She was like, what are you doing with your life? I was like, oh, it's like, I got this apartment, I am looking for a job. So, I started working at St. Joseph. But I have started noticing, like, as soon as I got that place, because I was living by myself, as soon as I got that place, like, that power that I had, believing in God, that faith, that confidence, that I can do anything kind of energy, that mentality started, I started noticing it wavered. It didn't dwindle away until here's more the extraterrestrial type stuff. It's getting ready to come up. Once again, on MySpace, right? I meet this girl. Forgot her name. But I meet this girl, and she's white, but she's from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So she like, whatever, she, she down, whatever, know the shit. She ain't white out in Pleasant Valley or nothing. She white straight from the west side. So I'm like, cool. I'm like, all right. But I meet this chick, man, and now mind you, I done had little girlfriends in between, little female best friends or whatever. But this girl, I don't know what she did. I want to say I fell in love with her, but I was infatuated. It was like past love. Cause like whatever she was doing or whatever she was, and on top of that, like I say, I'm a geek type dude, you know what I'm saying? So any little thing I see that's not of the norm, I'm gonna be all into it, you know what I'm saying? Like I done did all the normal shit, you know what I'm saying? Like now I'm into all of the special, into the shit that you don't see every day. And it seemed like her energy was just drenched in just all of this shit that all this shit I be talking about, with my homeboys and shit. Like I said, me and my dude Quentin and James and, a couple other people, Chris, and, we used to talk about other type shit. We used to talk about alien type shit and energy type shit and, God type shit and government type shit. Like we used to be on that type of conversation. And so one day, I was throwing this party, right? Everybody's supposed to come. Well, it wasn't just me. It was me, like I said, a couple of my friends throwing the party, but it was at my place. And of course, I got the computers, the music, got the projector, put a big, 60-inch light on the wall. Everybody could watch the comedy and shit. All the shit is lit, you know what I'm saying? For it to be 07, 08, it's pretty lit. So I threw this huge ass party, and this girl came over. And no, we went and picked her up. We went to the west, because my dude had a car. He had a Volkswagen. And we went and picked her up. And everything was cool, but I could tell something was different about her, you know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't that talking chicken like, how like, most little chicken birds love to get in the car and start running and controlling everything, you know what I'm saying? But she was not like that at all. She was like, but she wasn't in the background either. You know what I'm saying? She was just like a content area. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like, it was like a standard area. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I'm out here, but it wasn't like I'm not here. It was just like, so I immediately noticed that, like, wow, okay. So we go back to my place, and when she noticed I wasn't trying to sleep with her is when I got her interest. Because, like I say, me, I get drunk, I like to talk. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk, I like to get into a whole bunch of shit, act silly, joke, clown, or whatever. But she stayed the night. So she trusted somebody enough, she trusted the area enough, or maybe she was too wasted, I don't know. But she stayed the night. And but when she noticed though I wasn't trying to get at her, like, she like kind of like started talking to me on some different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, okay. No, we slept on the same futon though. But, sleeping next to her, her energy was on some different stuff. Like I couldn't sleep, but I wasn't tired. So all I could do was literally watch her all night. You know what I'm saying? She was sleeping. She was out, snoring, everything. But I just couldn't sleep. So I'm just watching the girl like, all right, this is weird. I'm not even tired. So I just get to chilling out. Just, daydreaming about my own job and my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Daydreaming about my own little life or whatever, my own little people, stuff I gotta do. So morning come up, now she's sick because I think somebody ordered some pizza and she threw up or whatever. So now she want to go home. So homeboy dropped her off. And that was that with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I might not see her again. Because I was a little into her, you know what I'm saying? For a little, like I said, the energy plays a key role in all of this. Like I said, at this time, my faith, all right, that, that all-knowing type energy was wavering. It wasn't failed, but it was there. But I would have to work up something to get it to where it was supposed to be. It wasn't just 100% confident like that. Like confidence, just automatically, just like that. So now, I'm on this website called Saga. And Saga was a blog. It was a blog website where people would go and blog. Now, blogging today is something totally different. You know what I'm saying? But what I was blogging about was just life's experiences, or like thoughts, or like mysteries, or, you know, little, sometimes personal little stuff. Like, okay, well, today I went to the grocery, ran into an old friend. Like, that was like the blogs I was doing and shit. Well, today I was wondering, you know, can you grow apples in the backyard? Like, just some little stupid type shit. So I decided to go on Saga and post, like, you know, I'm like, life is just not what it used to be. I'm like, man, life is boring. It's like I said, I feel that faith, that energy, that God that I believe in start wavering. So I'm tripping on this blog. I'm like, man, this ain't the same, blah, blah. The quality of life is not how it used to be. I'm living by myself, bored and shit. Surprisingly, I think she calls me back, because I rarely ever call. Like I say, if I meet somebody, or if I like flirt with somebody or get their number, I'm probably never gonna call, because that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like what I do. But for some reason, it's not that I don't like you or nothing, or I'm weird. I just that's just who I am. That's just how I'm not a reach out type person, like, unless I'm drunk. Then there's something that breaks, like a vessel artery, or that shyness breaks off, and I'm off the leash, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm calling you, trying to see where you at. But yeah, so she called, surprisingly. It was like something about she got me to link up with her. No, I asked her, I was like, where's a festival in Little Italy? And she was like, yeah, I'll go. But then, like when we met up, she was just like, you know what, I just want to go to your place. So I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't mind me. But I was probably high, whatever. So like I said, I was smoking a little weed back then. So we go to my place, man. And we end up, having intercourse, doing it or whatever. And after that, now mind you though, like I said, at the time, this was one of the more like different girls I had found. She was already physically looking good. Her energy was different. You know what I'm saying? Her body type was something I was attracted to. All that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? She was, the classic girl that you would look at and be like, oh yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we did it once, and I already noticed, like I don't want to say my life changed, but like it's like my life was different for sure, but it didn't change. I just noticed some drastic change. Like mentally, something about me was different. Like my mentality was like lost after that. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like what's the point of anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I never say that. Like I know the main destination, everything. You know what I'm saying? I know where people going. I know what's about to happen. I know what's gonna happen after that. I know, what the goal is, what the purpose is. I'm a man with a plan. But after dealing with that, it was like, so that led me to calling her. So now I'm trying to get in touch with her, and I get in touch with her again. But this time she invited me over to her place. She was like, oh, if you want to come over here. Now when she came to my place, it was summer. By this time, it's winter. So she was like, yeah, if you want to come to my place, yeah. So I go to her place, and we do it again. And again, I think. And I think again. So I ended up meeting with her maybe one more time after that. But when I tell you, man, I was physically wanting her. You know what I'm saying? Like I had lost the whole, the aura, the energy she brought. How her posture was, how she was like a professional type of chick. I lost all of that, and I wanted her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care about the presence no more, cause like my mentality had changed. So but after like a good 2-3 more times and we going over there, because I think she probably came back to my place once, but then I was mainly going to her place after that. She was like, well, you come over here. Well, I got a party over here. Well, yeah, you come over here. So I was like, okay. So after a couple more times of that, and she had a daughter too. Her daughter, she was pretty cool. She was a little shy, a little scared of me. But I was really shy, scared of her, but she was cool. She was alright. So, but like I changed as a person after meeting and dealing with her. Like my personality changed, and all of that faith, and all of that God, and all that, knowing all kind of energy, where you can just know what you need, know what you want, know what you need to do. All of that was gone. I was like a whole nother person. All of that was out of the door. I was this dark hole. You know what I'm saying? This dark hole of a person. Now, of course, that led to, and then one day she just called me out of the blue, going insane. I mean, like, it felt like the gates of hell opened over the phone, like the speaker that's in the phone just got the blasting. I kill you. I was just like, is y'all seeing this, hearing this shit? Like that's how I'm like, what the fuck, what did I do? So when she said, I had my brothers come kill you, that's when I had to say, all right, you know what I'm saying? And at the time, I still had those 4 or 5 best friends. One of them had a brother, you know what I'm saying, and a couple goons, and they swarmed by the place, and they stayed there the whole day. And the goons just posted up, played 2K all day, smoked weed, played 2K. And that's how that went. And she never showed up, they never showed up. So I don't know if her little, astral travel came to scene. I had goons, and then decided not to, decided not to show up. Oh, he about their business, or if she was just fronting the whole time. Like, I just like to scare these little niggas, blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I never see her again. Right? I think I stalked her though, like 4 or 5 years down the line, just to see, like, is that real? But that's later. So anyway, I become this whole nother person after that. All right, that energy, like I said, that confidence in myself, that universal conversation, that universal opening that I always carried with myself was null and void, gone. All right, so I can't keep a job. Oh, it was. Here's another key factor that makes this kind of crazy. All right, I'm smoking too. I'm smoking this weed, and this is before we got to Kush and Piff and Perk and all that. This is before all of that. It's good weed, but it's not all that. It's not that advanced. Like I say, this is still 08, 09. All right. Now we came across that, but that ain't all we smoked in those days. Still Reggie, good Reggie. So I'm smoking, but I'm feeling dark as possible, like as dark, but I'm still functioning. I'm still whooping my friend's ass in video games. I'm still trying to, keep control, keep communication, with my mama. I'm still, dealing with my dad, all his little teachings or whatever, his blatant, whatever, disrespect. I'm still dealing with all of that. So I'm still dealing with stuff, but I'm not me. And people know it, you know what I'm saying? So slowly my friends start dropping off. 2 of my friends went to the army. 2 of my friends left the state. 1 of my friends started selling drugs. It's just it's crazy. So I'm watching my life change based off this faith or this energy that I had that kept me connected to where I was from. That left everything changed for me. Everything. And I'm witnessing it. I'm watching it, so it's scary. So what happens is this. I lose my job, I lose my apartment. So I gotta move in with I think with my mom. I think my mother let me move in with her. But by this time she had moved to a whole nother city. She was living way somewhere else. But she let me move in, and she said the same thing. Can't be around here doing nothing. If I see you ain't doing nothing, you gotta go. You gotta leave. I'm like, okay. I'm like, if this is how it is. So I almost had a job doing home. I think it's called home care, home Apple care, or something like that. But you needed a landline. And I couldn't get the landline at the time, so I ended up working at at this place called Pizza Bogo. And it was like this bomb pizza shop with all these, it was a pizza shop, but they had these different flavors like Morocco and Bombay and, balsamic glaze, and just all these worldly different type pizzas. So of course I'm bringing home pizza every day, chicken, blah, 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 mother not caring. She like, all right. Well, she was like, okay, so what you gonna do, G? Because I think now this was probably like, like after 8 months. I think she let me stay there for a hot minute, almost a year. And she started saying, so what you gonna do, G? What you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know, man. So she's like, well, you probably gonna have to move in with your father, G. It's probably what you have to do. So I called him. And of course, he like, oh, as long as you pay rent, bro. So I'm like, here we go. So, and by this time, like I said, and this is in between the years of 2010 and 2012. I'm in between my mom and my dad's house. Energy putrid. All right, now I'm just not a black hole. Not only do I not have no type of presence, no type of stage, nothing, no type of faith, no connection, no nothing. Energy putrid to the point where it's disgusting. All right, just to stand next to me, just to talk to me is one of the most nastiest experiences anybody could ever, you know what I'm saying? It's like you open the dead fucking, I don't know, a yak that's just this dead, open carcass, vulture eating the fucking intestines, bugs crawling out of it, worms, all kind of shit. And it's like I ate this shit and ingested it, and now I'm talking to you. Like, that's how nasty, like, my energy was. But nobody's talking about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and all my mother can keep saying is, well, don't fall off. You can't fall off like that, and you gotta take care of yourself. And so I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling it, because I don't think she's feeling my struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, she let me stay there, but I don't think she get it. But I was thankful just for the space, because I know how hard it is, which later I found out, but I know how hard it is to have nowhere to go, no nothing. But moving with my dad, right, I get a job at Staples as an Easy Tech associate. So I'm going hard, right? We're getting sales, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm trying to think of how I lost that job. Because I think I got fired for sure. I didn't quit. Well, that's what happened. Once again, excuse me. New manager, he wanted a whole new set of staff. So he found reasons to fire us. He found reasons to let us all go. Right? I think he came from a Warrensville store or somewhere crazy. And the store I was working in was in Lakewood. He came to the store and fired. This is probably about 6 months after I was working there. I'm doing good. Like I said, I'm not like the top star yet, you know what I'm saying? But because like I said, the energy that I'm carrying is disgusting, okay? So for me to have any job, and to get lucky enough to be in tech, I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a chance right here. This is it. I'm living with my dad. I'm showing him I could do it. I'm not just working no regular job. I'm actually doing what you know what I'm saying? So, you know, everything's going decent, okay. And I came and got fired. So when I got fired, my dad was like, all right, if you don't find a job within, I think he said a month, you gotta leave on my birthday. So if you don't find a job by October 5th, I think this is probably like, what's the January, this is probably like September something. And he was like, I'll give you a month to find a job. If you don't find a job, you gotta go. So I was like, all right. Now I'm gonna back up a little bit. After I met the white girl and lost all my energy, felt like a different man, felt like a whole of a man, I started running into these other females on MySpace. You know what I'm saying? And my dumb ass still inviting them to my apartment. You know what I'm saying? Still, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, because I'm feeling like maybe I could use you to figure this out, or I know I could still keep my saga continuing. Like, I'm not just gonna give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just gonna say, well, that's it. Like, nah, I'm still gonna, you know, do what I do every day. I'm not just gonna give up. So, doing this and doing that, and I meet this girl. I meet two or three girls. The main girl that I met was this light-skinned girl, and we hit it off. As I always tell female, even when they start liking me. All right, I know times are different now. So I probably won't have this problem ever again. But even if a girl had started liking me back then, I used to tell them like, we should only be friends. Like even if we had sex, even if we shared, vital information, even if you know my family, we should remain cool friends. We should be friends, because I don't want to take on the responsibility and then, you know what I'm saying, or you start getting comfortable with certain stuff, and I don't want to do the same thing. I don't want to start thinking, I'm owning you on a certain level, and now, you looking at me a different way. I don't want the confusion. I feel it's always safer to just be, real cool real cool friends, like best friends, even best friends. You can stay over here, you can eat, I can come over your house, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know your mama, all of this. We could be best friends. But when you put that title on stuff, it's like, that's what makes things uncomfortable for you. Because now it's kind of like, I don't want to say in prison, but now it's kind of like, it loses some of the qualities of, well, anything could happen. All right, you kind of expecting too much now. You done turn me into your job. You done turn me into, taking out the trash every day. Well, trash got to get taken out. It's like, nah, like, that's not how, at least to me, that's not how you look at a relationship. A relationship is not a job. A relationship is something special. I don't know you, I just met you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. You can unpack with somebody, blah, blah, blah. So I meet this girl. After I meet the white girl, probably like a year after I met the white girl, dealt the white girl, lost all my energy, blah, blah, blah. I meet this light-skinned girl. And I meet a couple girls, actually, but this light-skinned girl is the key to the story. Is the key to the story. And she came over, and the reason why she came over, the reason why she caught my attention is because she was like, yeah, y'all like to play video games and this and that. So of course, me being dumb, like I said, being dumb geek, I'm like, well, yeah, come over. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what your little gaming skill about. And she had a little gaming skill. You know what I'm saying? I could tell she's trying to hold back. Like, no, don't hold back. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, pull it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't. Like, let's go for real. And she was like, all right. So we started playing strip Tekken. So of course I had to beat her because I wanted to see her naked. Now I was nice because I stopped right when she got to her underwear. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, we can turn it off. She was like, nah, I pulled it down. I'm like, nah. We're gonna quit. I'm gonna see you again one day. Blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, now fast forward, right? So the first couple months of that relationship, I was telling her, yeah, I like you, you know what I'm saying? We're friends. We talk on phone a lot, blah, blah, blah. I told her the truth. I'm like, yeah, I smoke weed sometimes. I don't really party sometimes, but I'm pretty laid back, pretty cool. And she was like, I love you, just straight up. And I'm like, well, I can't say that, but I can say, you know what I'm saying, I like you, a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't trying to be no pimp. I'm trying to protect the feelings of people. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like moving too fast, because things always happen. When you move too fast, bad thing. So fast forward a couple more months, and she's still there, like, through my eviction. She done seen me moving with my mother, with my father. She's seen all this. Now fast forward back to my dad saying, you won't find a job, you gotta go. So I didn't find a job, so I had to leave. So I ended up moving in with her. And her house is actually her dad's house, but that's actually his dad's house and his mama's house, which is actually her grandmother, and it's actually her two boys' great-grandmother and great-grandfather. So it's a whole thing with that house. You know what I'm saying? And I end up moving in with them. Now, mind you, the energy that I'm carrying, I gotta keep saying it over and over. The energy that I'm walking around with is the worst. Right? I can't even talk. I can't heal myself. I can't talk to God. I can't talk to my family. My people done gave up. They like, yo, dude, like, that's crazy. Like, dude, whatever you dealing with is fast. That's crazy. They're like, call us when you fix it. So I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Even though I probably not, back in those days, it was okay, cool, because I think I'm like, 26, 27 when I moved in with her. So I'm like, okay, cool. All I want is my family back. All I want is how it was, you know, before I went to high school and all that, before I went to that trade school. I just want them days back right now. Fast forward, you know, even more. I've been living with her, and I've been healing myself. I'm in their basement. Alright, her dad know I'm there. Her two boys know I'm there. And I'm in their basement mainly. Alright, I don't really come up into their house and all that yet. I'm in their basement. And yeah, nothing's going on. Right? At least I don't think nothing's going on. Okay. But I'm healing myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm downloading old music. Oh, and by the way, when I moved into this place, into her place, they had like if you were a retro buff like me, if you like old school type, if you like to look at, if you like history, especially like media history, like how like movies used to get filmed in the 80s and the 70s, and you know, 8 tracks and albums. If you into all of that stuff, they had a basement full of shit. I mean, like Jet magazines from like, dude, that said like 30 Cent on the cover, and Jet magazines from like 1963. I was just like, yo, like, it's blowing me away. To them, it's just like, you can have that. And I'm just like, my mind is like, yo, Ebony magazines from, you know, 1992. Michael Jackson on the cover, back when he was the prime king of hip hop, the prime king of, you know, R&B, pop music. Prince, just all kind of 8 tracks, albums, just, man, all kind of relics, man. They even had like their personal old shit was down there, dude. Like they aunts and uncles, you know, college degrees was down there, and things from Italy and Paris, and they was traveling. So I'm just looking at all this old shit, dude, while I'm in the process of re-healing myself. And I'm like, I was sitting here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I was sitting here for a reason. Now, mind you, right, I can't really feel the presence of other people, as I told you. My energy is terrible. Alright? I'm still in a funk every day. Now, 2014 comes. I'm like, man, I gotta find a job. They're not really pressing me for rent. They're not really pressing me for nothing. It's getting scary to me, because it's getting to the point where I'm trying to offer them money and they're not taking it. So it's starting to get scary. Right? I'm like, okay. Cool. So every job I get is the same. I end up losing it because I'm either losing focus. Like, they already know the deal. They already see I can't really communicate on the level, you know. But they give me a chance because they like, well, you in here, you know, you're not giving up, and you see that you can probably work yourself out of your thing, so we'll give you a chance. That's how every job was going. But always some bullshit reason I got fired, or some bullshit reason why, you know, I just couldn't do it. I just either just stopped showing up. Like, I was just like, fuck it, I just can't keep going in there. Like, I just can't do it to myself, you know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I'm still trying to do the hip-hop thing, like the rap thing. The whole time I'm there, like this terrible, you know, darkness that's over me, this terrible pain that's in my body. I'm still trying to do the rap thing, because I'm like, that's one of the things I used to do when I had that all-knowing energy, that faith, you know, that strong faith, my connection with what I am. When I had that, that was one of the things I would use to, you know, it's like a creative art. It's like a visual thing. It's like a healing thing. It's like an opening doorway type thing. So I'm still trying to do that, but it's coming off awful. All right, it's awful. I'm still doing it. I'm not going to stop, but it's coming off the worst. Right? And I'm telling myself, like, dude, lyrically, you still a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your wordplay, your skimmings and schemes are still top notch. But as far as the way you sound and your energy is awful. The worst. But I'm still doing it. I'm like, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. 2014, 2015, I'm going through the same thing. Now, here's what I found out. All right? The girl that I'm dealing with is not the girl that I'm dealing with. Okay? First off, her dad literally made her. Literally. Created her. All right? Now, when most kids are born, this is most kids. When most kids are born, They pop out of their mommy. They crying. All right. They need attention. They need love, care, nutrients, vitamins, love, all of that. They need to be healed, taken care of, all of that. When she popped out of her mom, they did something different with that. That's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't normal. They didn't let her go learn nothing. They didn't let her, pick up baby block and say, what is this? They didn't let her do none of that. They made her, from the time she popped out and the time he got his hands on her, they did something different with that. And the 2 kids that she had in the house were the same way. Now, mind you, I'm not knowing this. I'm thinking this was like a nice family, you know. I'm thanking God every day. These people that let me in their house, you know. I did a big bid, like their basement was just wreck city. Like basement was just towed up. I cleaned the thing up from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything I can to show, like, even though I don't have the finances, I'm willing to do anything to say thank you, because I understand that these are people's houses. You know what I'm saying? These are people's lives and their money and their, you know, their safety. Like, they opened up their safety net to me. But then I found out, like I said, that they weren't what they were portraying to be as a normal society. And I find this out because I come in one day. I think I came in from, I was working at graphic packaging or something. And I come in one day and, I'm hearing noises. And I'm like, and the first thing that caught me was when I said, am I hearing things? Is this my dream? Like, that's the number one thing that killed it. Because as soon as you say something like that around these people, they got you. You're not stupid. That was definitely her and her father fucking upstairs in his room. Alright, and this happened with her boys on many different occasions where I'm thinking, I couldn't be tripping. I wasn't tripping. So that was the first instance of this. Now, when I started finding this out in 2014, 2015, that's when weirdly, a couple of my old friends that I was telling you about, that I went to school with, they start popping up in the picture. Yo, Napalm, what's up? Yo, George, yo, G, what's up? And I just got that same dark energy. I'm still warning them like, nothing, ain't nothing up over here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing new. It's the same old bullshit. They like, nah, man, come out, man. Come on, man. We gonna bring you out. We gonna bring you out, Palm, man. You couldn't just be white. You couldn't just be down about it that bad. I'm carrying this terrible energy throughout these clubs. I'm carrying this terrible energy throughout the city, throughout my friends, throughout these conversations. You know, I'm carrying this terrible energy throughout everything, right? So it get to the point where one of them friends was like, I'm gonna get a place. I'm gonna get a place in Cleveland. She was from Indiana. She was like, I'm gonna get a place in Cleveland because she had a job or whatever. They transferred her or whatever. Or she found a job here or whatever. Make a decent money, you know, pay the rent, blah, blah. She's like, I'm gonna get a place. Little do I know, my best friend, who used to be my best friends involved, they was fucking on the side. Because like I said, dude, when I don't have myself, my energy present, everything around me feels like it can get disrespectful, feel like I don't count for shit, feel like I can still be treated like I'm just a dog, feel like I could still be just thrown away like an old, McDonald's paper wrapper, feel like I could just be treated like anything, all because I'm a work in progress. I'm not the perfect person that I was 10 years ago. So they feel like they can do whatever. So anyway, she get this place and I'm thinking like, thank God it's a breath of fucking fresh air. I get the fuck out of this fucking rat hole they got me in. They acting like they don't know me. Fuck them. Like, that's how I'm feeling about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is what you don't do. That's the most immature thing you can do in that type of situation. But I'm gonna get into that in a minute. 2016 comes. I move out of the house. Right? I move out. Now, what I'm gonna say is this. What they were doing in the house wasn't just fucking. That's ritualistic acts. That's spiritual summoning. And all spirits aren't godly spirits. You know what I'm saying? That's like demonic gateway opener type shit. You know what I'm saying? When you fucking your son and you licking your dad's blood off of the other son's penis and all this weird shit. First off, dude, the 2 kids are from her father, bro. I know one of them is, for sure. She slipped up and told me. And the other one, I don't know. He could be too, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he probably got a different father. I don't know. But that whole thing really fucked me up because I'm like, I'm in the process of trying to heal myself. And being there is a backwards. You know what I'm saying? That's like making a Big Mac and then taking the beef, then taking the patties off the buns, off the sandwich. Like, why would you even do it in the first place? Why would you put all that together just to fail, just to not make it so it don't count? Okay, you got the bread and cheese. We eat the Big Mac for the beef in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we eat the Big Mac, to fill us up. We don't just want the bread and the cheese and the lettuce and the smack sauce. So I leave, man, like I said, so she get the plate. She like, well, yeah, you can have a fresh start. Nah, like I said, little do I know, they got their own setup in a setup over me. You know what I'm saying? To where, the female friend that came here and my so-called best friend, they fucking, and they over me, but she still act like she want to be with me and all this weirdo shit. Now, not by now, the putridness that's in my soul, that's in my body, the darkness that's in my frame is at an all-time high. Now it's on 10,000. Because don't forget, I left her house, the light-skinned girl house, the crazy, incest fuck party house. I left the house, right? So now, the shit that they was installing in my body by doing all that, ritualistic shit around me, implanting nasty shit into my dreams, into my organs and all this retarded shit, all of that shit they was implanting in me, didn't expect me to leave. You see what I'm saying? It was chilling. It got used to being cool with that. Oh, he gonna be there forever. Oh, he gonna be. So when I left, all of that shit started going psycho. Like my luck, like bad luck and shit just got going crazy. And my friends was noticing. They was like, you ain't the same, bro. You all right, bro? And I'm telling them like, help, nigga, help. I'm literally screaming at them. Please help me. But we was in Trump era. You know what I'm saying? We was in Whitey Supreme era, which meant if you didn't get it on your own, if you didn't start it off automatically by yourself, if you didn't open up your own problems, right, you failed. Ain't no help. You do it on your own. Oh, they'll help you, all right. Turn around, all your shit gone. That's called help you. Okay, now, maybe he'll be able to focus better if we took all this stuff. Put him in jail. Okay, now, maybe if he able to think, because he ain't got none, he ain't got no family to call in jail. Like, that's the way they help you. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm at this whole other house. My so-called best friend, he there, but he ain't really there. The female only there, but she only there for strange reasons. Like, and I'm a sex addict. Like, that's just how I am. That's just how I've always been. I'm with what some people would call a nympho. So keeping the female for me is not hard because, like, as far as the physical, the sex part, I'm with that 24/7. I can never get tired of that. Like I said, I'm not gay. I can't imagine being gay. I just don't attract to other men sexually. I don't attract to other men physically. You know what I'm saying? If you my bro, you my bro. You have good conversation, we have good conversation. You got love, I got heart, I got love for my brothers, love for my uncles, love for my fathers, my cousins. I got love for them. You know what I'm saying? But sexually is, to me, I still haven't, in my brain, it hasn't picked open that concept on why would I want to stick my penis, my man, into another man. It just, to me, it don't make sense to me. So keeping her around wasn't hard because of the sex part. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime I fucked her, anytime we did it, she was always off her merry way. She was happy. You know what I'm saying? Or she would always come back, want some more. So that part was cool. But it was the mental part that I know that they remembered about me. I always had a strong mentality. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, I had lost my mentality when I had dealt with that white girl from the west side. I lost it all. The faith, that energy, that all knowing. I lost it all. So they was like, okay, you got that part, but where's the rest? Where's the rest of you? So I stayed in that house. So it got to the point where oh yeah, they started playing bigger games around me because they started noticing I wasn't reaching out. I was stuck in, like I said, that dark, that nasty, that whatever that is, you know what I'm saying, that I don't know what the fuck. It's like a fucking virus was in my body, like venom or some shit was just in my body, you know what I'm saying? It was just nasty. And they was noticing that I wasn't coming out my room because, like I said, I had everything. I had worked for everything. And that girl was giving me, that light-skinned girl was giving me everything because she didn't want me to leave. I told you I had became like a sack, like a battery to them. And they just feed the battery and it stay pumped full of energy, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. Like, but I mean, Lord knows I'm worth way more than that 1,000 times. But they didn't know that. They didn't know that. They don't heed data. They only heed certain things. You know what I'm saying? They don't heed the information. They only heed what they believe is happening. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was sitting there trying to tell them, like, this is not normal for me. I don't know what y'all doing. Like, pretty soon stuff gonna start getting crazy. So anyway, I got all the stuff I need, so I'm not coming out my room. But what fucked me up was I didn't have a job either. That's what fucked it up. Because had I been going out the door, had I been, had somewhere to go, had some other coworkers to talk to, while dealing with that, it would have made things a lot easier because then they couldn't say, well, we the only person he could talk to. Well, we the only people he should be able to know. Well, he's not even talking to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's pretty much what they was doing. They was throwing whole parties right in the next room, not inviting me. I'm just like, I got that lame-ass little radio. I got like 6 speakers in here. Hey, y'all still want to come knock on the door? Cool. Plug up the Smash Bros game. You can put 8 people on one game. I gotta go on as loud as possible. They still don't stop by. All right, I'm putting movies on. Anybody want to watch a movie? Nah, we good. Like I said, but I'm getting on my own food because I think I'm on food stamps, and I'm still living there. So it got to the point where she called me, light-skinned girl, and she was like, I just wanted to check on to see how you was doing. I don't know what made me answer the phone. I don't know what made me, pick up and say, yo, what's up? That was the stupidest thing I could have ever did. But I think I did that because I was getting bored being at this new house in 2016. So I pick up the phone. So now, we are reconnected. So she, bringing money over, bringing, 8s over a weed. Like I said, I had all of, and that's when I started smoking super heavy too. When I moved over there with her and her dad and them boys, I start smoking dumb, like 8s a day type. Like I'm puffed, I'm out of here, you know what I'm saying? I'm vacancy. It's a vacancy, you know what I'm saying, sign on my fucking brain. Alright. But I'm still fixing computers, I'm still, using software, I'm still, going dumb, going crazy. Right? So I'm still functioning, but I'm just blaze city. So I'll reconnect with her, and she bringing me weed, money. I'm still even hitting it every so often. The new house that I moved to wasn't that far from where I was living. So I would catch the bus down to her house, you know what I'm saying, every so often, just to be like, well, I take a breather from there. I get tired of being up, because her dad had went to the nursing home, so he wasn't there. So the house was feeling way more, like, aired out, like, comfortable, like, just his presence being there had everything just suffocated you. So like I said, he was gone, so I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'll post up over there every so often. Yeah, for sure. So it get to the point where I had left that new house in 2016 because the girl that had invited me over there, she started bringing new dudes over there. Like, blatantly just in my face, just like new dates. And that's when I decided to leave, because I was just like, all right, now I know y'all playing these games. I know y'all, y'all supposed to be using me to boost up y'all little ego, morale. I don't know, y'all boost up y'all little thing. But just bringing these straight cornballs, just, like, that's when I figured I had to go. And where else did I have to go? But right back to the X, right back to where I was living. So by the end of 2016, I was right back at the light skinned girl house. Put all my stuff, you know, all my belongings. Like I said, I had moved out of her house. All my stuff was at this other girl house. You know what I'm saying? The girl that came from Indiana got a place here. Everything I own. So I had to get all my stuff back from over there, take it away. But she let me know that she was always gonna be that way. You know what I'm saying? She let me know she wasn't gonna stop, but that's what she was raised to be, the light skinned girl. So I already knew what I was getting into by going back, and that's where I fucked up. At that time, I knew the truth, and I should have found some kind of way. I should have like worked some kind of job, or I should have like, you know, found some kind of storage unit. I should have did then what I'm doing now in 2022. But that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna get to that. So now it's end of 2016 going into 2017, and I'm back there. These ants are trying to get on me. No, get away from me. Get away from me, no. Get your big black porous ant looking self away. You might be pregnant or something. Lay some eggs in my corner room. No. So now, yeah, so now I'm back over there, and you know what it is over there. You know what they doing over there. You know I'm depressed and miserable. You know the energy is still putrid, right? Just terrible. So I'm sitting here like, all right. A time roll around, right? A time roll around. All right, my dad gets a new car. He's like, yo. So I can't remember if I asked him about that car or if he told me he was selling it. I think I probably asked him about it. So I was like, yo, man, what's up with that car? He was like, what you mean? What's up with that car? I was like, I'm trying to buy it. He was like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We'll go get the title XYZ. This is how much I'm charging. I'm thinking that's a little steep for somebody who A, is supposed to be family. You know, I always bring that up. And B, for the condition of the car. You got into an accident with it, all of that. But it's all right, though. It's cool. I'm doing this for family measures. You know what I'm saying? I could have easily went somewhere else, got a whole nother car. I could have easily, you know, found another situation about. But nah, I'm going to do this. This supposed to be your dad. Supposed to be a family. That's what he always complain about. Let's go ahead and put it to the test. So I said, cool. So we set the date. He said, yeah, cool, man. Yeah, it's come back XYZ day. We'll do that. Now, mind you, I'm working, but I'm not getting paid a whole lot. So I tell her, I'm like, yo, on XYZ date, I'm going to need XYZ dollars. And she agreed. She said, yeah, okay, yeah, on that date, I'll give it to you. So the date come. And I'm like, yo, what's up with that money? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go to my dad's house and get this car. Because he don't, when he said a date, he ain't the type to play and be lean. You know what I'm saying? He like, when I tell you you're going to do something, he tell you you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, what's up? It's that date. He ain't playing. I ain't about to have him waiting. I ain't about to be calling him, chasing her. I'm about to be on time to get this money so we can get this over with. What's up? So she's like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean, no? And she's like, no, just what I said. So something in me went psycho, right? But again, I think calculated. I don't think brutal and fatal and, you know, hurting people and killing them. I don't think like that. I think like I calculate things in my mind, right, in case these things go wrong. But I wasn't quite ready for this particular situation. So I took it upon myself because I knew what her wallet was. She had like this Pumpkin King, Jack and the Pumpkin King wallet, zip purse thing. So I knew just where it was. So I took it upon myself to go get it. That's theft. You never go and touch somebody's stuff. They didn't give it to you. You didn't ask. That's theft. I go and get it. I take her bank card out. I'm like, well, I'm on my way to go get the money. Because I knew her PIN number and all of that. I'm like, I'm on my way to go get the money that you said you was going to give me. So that ended up turning physical. She grabbed me and attacked me. She grabbed my hoodie and it got physical. And it ended up being outside. The police ended up getting called. I ended up getting my first charge. All right. Domestic violence. Even though I didn't cause it, I didn't start it, I didn't beat her, attack her, hit her. I should have, but I didn't beat her, attack her, hit her. I didn't do none of that. All right. First charge. I'm on the streets. I'm in the shelter. All right. I'm dealing with all of these judges. I'm dealing with all these, public defenders. I'm dealing with inmates. I'm dealing with, just struggling with trying to figure out what am I even doing? Who am I? What am I even? I'm doing all of this. I'm doing all of that. I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay. So this is what I gotta do. So this is what's up. Now I stay at that shelter long enough to kind of cleanse my energy out. My energy actually becomes a little pure, just a little bit. All right, I guess that was God saying, congratulations. You went through struggle. You went through a hardship. I feel my energy like clean and clear a little bit. My heart is a little clear. My mind is a little clear, a little open. I'm like, okay, maybe this is what she'll need. You know what I'm saying? Maybe now I can go back. I'm thinking like a complete idiot right now. All right, I'm thinking like I'm tired of being at this shelter. All my stuff was at their place anyway. I'm going to go back and make this work. You know what I'm saying? Stupidest thing I could have did. Because I went back, right, and I caught a charge the next year, 2018. All right, kind of the same thing happened. We got into an argument about probably some money or something. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Went back to jail, got another charge, another domestic violence. Right. And I want to rewind a little bit too. In 2014, or in between that 2014, in between that 2014, 2015 mark, when I first found out about the incest thing, when I heard the noises and I thought I was going crazy, and I wasn't going crazy, I left. I told him, like, I wasn't rude about it. I just kind of told him, like, I don't feel like I fit here. I'm like, I don't feel like, it's working out here. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, okay. And I was like, so I can pay you a fee, a storage fee, because I knew all my stuff was there. And I didn't want them to, act crazy and, throw my stuff out, even though that's what they end up doing. I'm going to get into that too later on. But, yeah, so I said, okay. I said, I don't have a problem with that. I said, so I'm going to go ahead and go. And they was like, cool. They was like, we'll even give you a key to the side door. So if you want to come in and get your stuff, whenever you want to come in, I said, nah, I'm cool on that. I go to the shelter. It's that extraterrestrial stuff I warned you about in the beginning of this video. It's weird stuff that you probably don't believe. Probably a comic book to you, but it's actually real. It's facts. It's real stuff. So I go to the shelter. I go to Crossroads. Crossroads is on 55th. It's one of the more tougher shelters, tougher programs that you can go to because it's super strict. They got a big cross right on the front. If you ain't about, coming in here and changing your life and getting to your grind, getting to your work, if you're not serious about it and being not faithful, but being a part of the program, a part of the community that's in the program, if you can't do that, you cannot go there. It's not for playing. If you want to play, go to 2100 or something. Like, they'll let you play there. So I'm like, okay, and 2100 is another shelter, which I'm gonna get into that probably later. But so yeah, so I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm like, all right. I go to Crossroads. The first night I go to sleep, this girl's voice is in my head. I'm sorry, this and that. My father. He's this and that. We special. My boys are special. We love you. We want you to come back. So I'm like, what? I'm looking like, then why do I feel like so evil? Why do I feel like this evil presence from all of this? Why don't it feel right? But like I said, me being stupid and not thinking, this is how they use people. Let me get into that later. Way later. That's way later. Long story short, yes, I ended up going back, as you know, because the story went on and on. So now it's 2018. Oh, and it's getting easy for me to keep and find jobs now, because I done found out the trick. You gotta look for you. You can't bring all your problems to these jobs. Like, you gotta show up to work and be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody cares about what about your issues and your. Nobody cares about all of your problems and all of your woes and all of that. and all your personal crap. Like, you got to go to work and actually show up to make the difference. You know what I'm saying? Within your life. That's pretty much what I started doing. And I started, like I said, networking, making better communication. But they all seen it, though. They all kept looking at, like, it was managers that was looking at me like, you too young to be having all them problems. I'm going to get into that soon. I'm going to get into that in a minute. I didn't know what they was talking about. Like I said, it got to the point where I was showing up to work wasted every day. Because that was the only way that I could open anything up. That was the only way that I could be true to anybody. Because it was so much built up bullshit, fake shit that was just in my system, in my mind, in my life. Just so much fake shit that alcohol was the only thing that'll burn it away. Weed was the only thing that'll make me think somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so good thing I ain't go to graduate to heroin, crack, pill. Like, I ain't get to do all that. Like, I experimented with Advil and Tylenol and Vicodin sometimes. But that's really it. I ain't really jump into all on drugs. That's not really my life. My vice was literally God. You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have nothing in our hood, in our street. We had to know God, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And everything else came after that. But yeah. So now it's 2018. So now it's to the point where her boys are growing. Her boys are getting grown. Like I said, when I met the two boys, they was like, oh, 2 and 3 or 4 and 5 or whatever they were. They was cute. They was adorable. By this time, they probably like 11, 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? So they getting to the point where it's like now they starting to feel like they know me, and you know, they feel like, you know, they can disrespect me, how their dad was doing and how their mom was doing. But every time they see me, I'm not there. Like I said, I'm always gone. And I'm always doing these mixtapes. I'm always doing these little rap mixtapes or whatever. Like I said, I just keep hobbies. They always see me playing the game. They always see me fix the computer. They always see me, you know, working out. You know, I had ordered these weapons off Amazon. I was practicing using them. They was always seeing me doing something different, right? But they chose the disrespectful route with me. And I just used to wonder why. Like, I didn't treat you like that. If I had treated you like that, if I had came to you disrespectful, yeah. But nah, I used to cut their hair, give them football, skateboards, give them whole game system, spend time with them, which I want to do. But like I said, they just lived a different way. And I'm going to get into that here in a second. But 2018, man, 2019, the summer of 2019, keeping jobs. All right, I'm getting better and better cars because, like I said, every time they got their tax return, she would toss me like, you know, 4, 5 grand. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 grand. Now, mind you, I don't know how they was getting that much. She wasn't keeping no jobs. You know what I'm saying? Her dad was getting no checks or whatever. Them kids, and it's probably claiming them kids or something. So it's probably how they was getting that much. But she was tossing me 4, 5 grand every income tax. So I would go get a new car because almost every year, the car that I had bought would break down. You know what I'm saying? Almost every single time. So I'm sitting here like, all right. I'm keeping these jobs. I see they starting to get jealous. Because like I said, they start to see that I peak game. I'm not here now just to heal no more. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not here just to, I just thank God I can pray for a place to stay. I'm not there for that no more. And now I'm actually there to make a difference. Now I'm there to make a name, a face. Now I'm there to get back to what my life is about. You know what I'm saying? And if that girl ain't about it, I gotta go. I gotta leave. And they starting to peep that. No, we liked him when he was sad and sappy. No, we liked him when he was humble. I'm still humble now. Now I just gotta be out here every day. I'm still humble now. I didn't change. I just literally have to be who I am. And they just wouldn't accept it because that's apparently something that they didn't expect. It's something that was unexpected. It was a surprise. I told you, in their particular lifestyle, they don't do surprise. They only do what they know how to do, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? They don't step out of the box, man. The box got everything they need. They don't need enough. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm keeping these jobs, but it's getting worse and worse though. The relationship between me and her is getting worse and worse because, like I said, her dad's starting to peep game that I'm doing all of this out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm making all these relationships, right? The stuff that I wasn't quite doing when I first moved in. When I first moved in 2013, now it's 2018, 2019. I'm starting to come outside. You see? And I ain't really doing nothing but going to work. That's all I'm really doing. I'm fooling around on the skateboard. I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm meeting up with a couple of old friends too, maybe. But I'm not really doing nothing. But the old man is getting scared because he sees the next step after that. After you make a certain amount of money, you start getting a certain amount of responsibility, certain other things start happening. So he's starting to get scared. So he's starting to incite different, he's starting to turn different pieces and make her mind into, like I said, he made her, bro. He created her from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't born like a regular baby. Take care of the baby, put the baby in the crib, let the baby out. That's not how she was born, bro. They made her for a sole purpose. You know what I'm saying? Of what they made her for. So he using her now against me and them boys too. He using them boys against me to make sure I don't do certain stuff and I'll make sure they look at me in a certain way. I don't care how big you get. I don't care how. So and all of this. And mind you, I'm not trying to get big. I'm simply trying to survive and figure out my way out. Because I know I don't see a future there no more. Alright? A home is a house. You know what I'm saying? Keep it protected. But if you can't like grow, if you don't feel comfortable in your own house, you see what I'm saying? If you don't feel like you can do whatever you want to do in your own house, then it's not your house. And I had to realize that. Because I had to see like, okay, they let me stay here. That is great. They giving me everything. That's even better. But something in me just would not see that is not my house. Even though I took care of everything, fixed everything. I did not buy that house. I'm not on the lease. I wasn't the builder of that house. I didn't even know that house existed before I met her. So when I started realizing that, I started realizing I had to go, had to leave. So summer 19, right? Going insane, because they full on jealous now. Now they full on putting on shows. Like I said, they little ritualistic acts. They little innocent. You know how you walk in and hear noises, like sex noises in the house, and you know it's only supposed to be family in the house. Now you walk in and you think somebody dying in the house, literally. You think an animal or some bird or some shit, or some wild, like some type of wild ass, I don't know, dog or something is getting killed. Not getting fucked. It ain't sex no more. Now it's something different. You know what I'm saying? Now it's fatal, as the news would say. Even though fatal usually means a death. Now things are getting just not right. You think somebody's getting killed repeatedly too, over and over and over. You think somebody's literally dying in the house. Now you would ask me, George, G, or Paul, why wouldn't you go in the room? Because wasn't no locks on none of the doors. Why wouldn't you go and find them? Why wouldn't you stop them? Why wouldn't you, put on the cape, play Superman? That is not my job. That has never been my job here. You can do whatever you want. Your life is your consequences. It's when you start to intrude into my life, when you start changing up what I'm trying to do, that's when we got a problem. That's when we got an issue. But whatever you do in your life, man, it's you. That's your family, that's your girl, your boys. You do what you do. But now you're starting to bleed into what I gotta do. That's different. But you asked me though, why didn't I? Because I felt like that's what they wanted to do. I felt like it was nothing in me to stop it. That's how they made me, bro. When I told you they was implanting all of that bullshit in me, like I said, using me for darkness only. When I got there, I was a darkness only character. I was a darkness only character, period. That's how they got used to me, and that's how they wanted me to stay. When they start seeing me start finding little pieces, start following the steps to get what I need to get, to be what I'm supposed to be. Remember in the beginning I told you, dude, the first 20 years of my life, all-knowing energy. Nothing I can't do. Responsible, though. You don't just go out here just, up in the police face, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? You don't just go out here, grabbing up these hoes and these females, because that's just what it drains you. You are responsible. You have, an ability, you got a family, you got people to think about. That's not how they seen me. They didn't know me like that. When they first seen me, darkness character, dark character. Straight up darkness character, man, straight dark, straight up. And that's how they wanted me to stay. But I wasn't gonna do it because that was not the plan. And I kept telling them that too. I'm leaving soon, right? They just wouldn't listen. Because like I said, their life is on a whole nother frequency. So 2019, right, going dumb. Like I said, by this time, I'm driving the livest car I had ever got out of that whole situation. Right? I think it was like a 09 or 2010 Chevy Cobalt. It's all white, put the sounds in it. Man, I was going stupid, had like 2 jobs. I'm just going dumb, doing regular shit. Still spin mixtape. I don't show off with my clothes and nothing like that. I if I go to a concert or go to a club or something, maybe. But I'm just living everyday life, man. And that's when I realized something had to happen, but I didn't know how to. Because there's something called a trauma bond. And when you are trauma bonded to somebody, anytime something trauma inducing or anytime something is getting ready to change your life, the person that you are bonded with, it's like they show up and you got to deal with that energy no matter what. So we were trauma bonded. Me and that whole family was a trauma bond. And that old man, her dad, knew exactly what he was doing. Between all of us. It was a plan in his mind. Just like I had a plan, he had a plan too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the other 3. But he had a plan to keep me in that house no matter what the cost. And my dumb butt, what I shouldn't have did was start talking about my value in the house. I know my worth, I'm doing this. Because it'd be certain triggers that they would press me and it would go into an endless frenzy. Endless. You know what I'm saying? Like, never ending just frenzy of just 12 hours of just things that you just should never hear, never touch. But I never got violent. I never attacked nobody like physically, ever. But I would go into these frenzies. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I had no weed or nothing, no alcohol, nothing to calm me down, no vices. I would just go into a frenzy. Well, like I say, 2019 come. You can feel things are getting crazy. You starting to argue. All right, she's starting to just drop money off into my Facebook page just for nothing. I mean, I had got used to it. Here go your car insurance. Goodbye. Here go your your little Popeye's allowance or whatever. Here go your little video game allowance. Goodbye. Don't talk to me. See you later. And I'll just be like, I was just so cool with it because I'm like, that's all I care about anyway. Like, you already gonna be what you gonna be. Ain't no need for me to try to, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what 2019 turned into. Just a drop off. It's like no relationship, no nothing, everything cold. And they still doing what they do, you know what I'm saying, in the house. That's their version of getting at me. Whatever he was doing to her, that's all I'm gonna say is I pray for people like that. I do. I pray for people like that. To go to that extent, man, you can't even talk to nobody, man. You gotta do stuff like that to get attention, man. Yeah, I just pray. End of 2019, right? Another argument happened. Alright, it's October. Argument happened. I go to jail. I get charged with some kind of argumentative. It was like a silly charge. They was gonna drop it and everything. But here's what ended up happening. I go to jail. I come out. I'm at the shelter again. Now, mind you, they have a protection order on the house. I'm like, okay, all right, this is cool. I end up sending her some letters, emails, because I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I don't want it to end like this, because they're going to feel like they won. So I want to go over there, because I already know what they're going to do. I already know their weaknesses. I already know what they can't do. I already know if they don't come out the house. I know all of this stuff. So I'm like, I already know that when I go over there and I start talking to them, I already know that things are going to change because it always does. It's not my first time going through it, right? I go over there. First, I drop letters off. And she doing the classic thing a woman always do. No, this is the end. This is the end. No, I'll never see you again. Good luck in life. Blah, blah. So I end up being back over there maybe after like another week of being at the shelter. They did hold out longer. I'm normally back over there within a day, a couple days. This time it was a week. I was like, yo, just meet me at such and such and we can talk. So we go over there. Mind you, all my stuff is over there too. That's like the number one thing I was so worried about. Everything I ever had in my whole life, I had moved into that house. So anyway, I meet her, we talk or whatever. She's like, okay, let me go back, distract my father. I'll sneak in the basement. I say, cool. I say, I got a job at Southgate, cleaning up a mall or something, which I did. I actually had the job. I wasn't lying. Sometimes I used to lie about stuff like that, make the situation go smoother, but I actually wasn't lying. I actually had the job. And I'll go over there, and yeah, I'm in the basement for like a week, you know, but I'm sneaking around. It's like, dude can't know that I'm there. You know, they would have played a game or whatever. And deep down, now that it's after everything, all that's over, now I know he knew I was in there. I'm gonna tell you all about narcs, demons, spirits, open. It's like demon portals that you can open. It just gives you everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing to do with God, nothing to do with anything spiritually, holy, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just how God can feel the presence of something, a demon can too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into that in a second. You're almost at the end. You're almost at the end. So now, right, so now I'm sneaking in the basement. I'm sneaking to work. I'm sneaking to you know, get weed. I'm still smoking weed. And mind you, like I said, now the weed, like I said, is high power. Like I said, everything I smoke is high power. It's not Reggie. It's not, you know, when I smoke, one tap of this blunt, you're going to be thinking differently, no matter what, you know what I'm saying, what demon in your body, no matter what happened to you, you are going to be thinking a whole nother pattern after you smoke this weed. You know what I'm saying? Guaranteed. I don't care what kind of life you living, what business you own. And no, I'm not gonna say you're gonna throw your life away. That's acid, heroin, that's all that kind of stuff. Crack pills. But you smoke this weed, bro, you're gonna be thinking different, guaranteed. So I'm still getting these packs. I'm still, you know, having little, you know, coolers, little street wino drinks. Still doing that little thing. Doing little stuff. So I come in one day, this is nighttime, and she kept warning me, be careful. You know, how was I taking showers? He would have to go to dialysis. And the house would be clear. So I would go upstairs, you know, make a hot meal, take a shower, be real thankful. Like, yeah, man, I just can't wait to get up out of here. This is crazy. And meanwhile, I'm trying to think, like, because I know he done already outthink me somewhere in this realm, in this timeline he got me in. So I'm trying to figure out, how can I outthink him to move out? You know what I'm saying? So that I can finally be free and live my life. Because I'm running out of time. I keep telling him I don't have time to keep waiting for you and all this and playing these games. There's other stuff that I have to do. One night, that's what happened. So I went to the steel yard. And she had gave me some money. She was like, here you go, goodbye. I was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the steel yard and I get some new headphones. And I had just made a new mixtape. See, had left for the whole day and I recorded the whole mixtape in the basement. And it was fire too, it was fire. To this day, I still say the lyrics was fire, but I could have worked on the energy, the delivery, the cadence, you know, everything else. You know, the bars could have been way more professional, more cleaner, everything. Right? I still say I could have been way better. But, so the lyrics on fire, so I go, right? I get, you know, call the weed man. I get a bag for like $30, $40. Roll up, you know, 3, 4 blunt, 5 blunt. I go hit the corner store. I get me a couple of strawberry weeders. I get to drinking, I get to smoking, you know, in my own funk. Not really dealing with the city for real, you know what I'm saying? Not really dealing with people for real. Just in my own little funky little problem that I continually worried about. So not really like I can really spit no real rap, do no real music anyway. So I'm always worried about the other bullshit. So I go to Target, I buy some headphones, I go to the game exchange, I buy some games. I think I go to Walmart, I get like some small tortillas because I got to keep food in the basement. So I get like some tortillas, some couple packs of meat, some things to eat. So if he's there all day, I can at least eat something. I fill my bag up with all that shit. I get on the bus, I make it back to the house. Now, I have her, I say, make sure you keep the door unlocked. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, her kids, right, they knew I was in the house. Because I think one of them came downstairs or something. She couldn't contain one of them. He got messed around and came downstairs and seen it. But he didn't say nothing to his dad. But he would want to play games too. Because like I said, he was getting older, getting to the point where he was like, you know, wanting to be evil and play that game with his parents and all that. You know, they over people and think they better than people. So that's when they start locking the doors, and I used to be like, yo, you know, make sure you leave that door unlocked. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you leave that open so I can get in. And she would do it, but then the kids would see it's unlocked and lock it and think it's funny. So I would have to call her, wait for her to get off work, you know, find somewhere else, or she would call one of her boys, have one of her boys sneak the door open. I have to go through all that. So like I said, one night I walk in, and the door was open, and I was like, yes. Now mind you, I'm high as fuck. I smoked one too many blunts this night, alright? And I drank like 3 cans of that strawberry Rita shit, so I'm like lit and high. And got my own music on, I'm in a whole nother zone. So I'm careful about it though. I still make sure I don't slam the door. I close the shit slowly, lock it slowly. I walk down the steps. Now my friend gave me this acoustic guitar, right, before he went to the army, right? I trip over. I stop. I'm like, I hope he into some TV or something, because I could hear the TV right over me. Like I say, it's a basement, so you know right over you is the dining room, living room, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I'm like, I hope he didn't hear that. So I keep going about, you know, my day in the basement. All of a sudden, I see these flashlights look through the window, and I already knew what it was. So now I have a felony. I have 2 felonies now. All right, it's the end of 2019. I get a judge. I get, you know, charged. I get seen. I get all of that. So 2020, I get burglary, which I didn't understand because she gave me a key to the house. You see what I'm saying? So how was I getting in? I told her I was tired of, you know, the door getting locked, sneaking in and out, blah, blah, blah. I told her I was tired of it. But I should have kept that key on me. Like, had I kept that key on me, it would have been in my possession, in my items when I got arrested. And I would have not had a burglary charge. I would have still got charged with violating protection order, even though they invited me back in. That's just how that goes. Whenever they put a protection order on the house, you're not allowed in the area. You're not allowed to go in the neighborhood or nothing. But had I had that key though, yeah, I wouldn't have got charged with burglary. But I'm telling my public defender, like, if you go in the basement, I have an iPad. On the iPad, there are messages about a key being given to me so I can get in and out of the house. So how was it burglary? I didn't break into the house. If I had broke in, I could see if I had broke the basement window, or I don't know, if I Jimmy rigged the lock and we snuck in. I didn't. It's 2020, I'm sitting in jail looking crazy, right? Looking stupid as possible. I do the first 3 months. I do the first 3-4 months solo dolo. I guess I ain't call my mother, my father, nobody. I'm just in there looking stupid, planning what the fuck I'm gonna do when I get out. That's all I can think about. I cannot wait to get the fuck out of here. for the fucking birds. It's bullshit. How did I get trapped up in this shit? Niggas know I don't slip like this. Blah, 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 right? Meanwhile, niggas is giving me shit, hella shit, telling me all these stories, telling me about their kids. Yeah, I had one like that. Oh man, I can't wait till I got this business opening up. So it's all kind of just crazy what's going on. I do 6 months of that. No, it's 3 months of that. I hear George Fortune. I'm like, what? You have a visitor. Visitor? It's this other ex that I had back in 2010 or whatever. Other ex, and we spent hella time together too. Like I said, got to know her family, all of that, street friends, showed me her whole side of town. But that ended for a whole nother reason. Actually, I was kind of the one being stupid in that situation, actually. If you want to be real about it. But, man, she was pretty dank about a lot of shit, though, I ain't gonna lie. And pretty fucking, I ain't gonna say racist, but I ain't gonna say prejudiced, but just pretty fucking one-sided about a lot of shit, too. But, yeah, so, that's when, yeah, so I hear visitor, and it's her. So I'm like, how did you know I was in jail? She was like, I had a dream about it. It's just a little bit of that extraterrestrial, just a little bit. I haven't got to that part yet. You gotta get through the physical in order to get to the metaphysical part of this story. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so what's up? And she started telling me, yeah, her mom's good, brother's good, blah, 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 such and such, had a baby. The classic stuff that you always hear about, you know, in the hood, shit going on. So I'm like, okay, all right. She's like, well, anyway, call me if you want. You know, I got this and that. I got that. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to call. You know, I don't reach out to people. I just don't. I'm retarded. A couple weeks later, like a month later, I hear George Fortune, you got a visitor. Like a visitor? Yeah, you got a visitor. I'm like, okay. I pop up. It's my mother and her husband. So I'm like, how you find out I'm in jail? I forgot what she even told me. I think she said Siobhan called her or something like that. I'm like, so she called you 4-5 months? Not getting into that. So after seeing her, she starts sending me commissary money and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I start getting soups, chocolates, you know, all that shit, man, everybody else is getting. Making little breaks and shit. I'm like, oh yeah. So then I had to be like, yo, can I get a little bit more money? I'll pay you back when I get out. I'm good for it. Not knowing stimulus check. Oh, and while I was in jail, don't forget, coronavirus had happened. Kobe Bryant and his daughter had got killed. You know, and all the other shit. Mainly the coronavirus. So it was people dying in the county. You know, officers were dying, a couple inmates dying. So it's getting crazy. I do the rest of my time kind of a little bit more graciously because I got somebody to call. And even though I'm embarrassed and hate reaching out, hate calling, you know, when I'm not comfortable with my own self, I still call because she gives me the phone cards. The least you can do is show some gratitude. That's the least you can do. So I do that. I'm calling her conversations. I don't feel like it's always the best on my side, but I'm showing her that I'm trying. I'm showing her that I'm not just an idiot in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking in here. I'll keep myself focused. I work out. I write. I got pen and paper. I'm thanking God for certain stuff. Then what? Oh yeah, then I see my judge again. And she's like, all right, you ready for CBCF? I'm like, CBCF? Cleveland Correctional Base Facility, whatever it's called. Cleveland-based corrections facility, help you get your life together before you go back out there. I'm like, it's some bullshit. I was just in jail. You about to send me to another jail. Now, I'm thinking that it's about to be something different. I go, it's barbed wire around the building instantly. I'm like, well, at least it's got TVs in here. They got brand name snacks in here. To me, it's the same thing. Got pool tables, ping pong tables. So it was a little different, you know what I'm saying? But it was ultimately the same. It was a basketball hoop in the back. It was ultimately the same shit. I get out, and she's like, I'll let you out if you have somewhere to go. So I'm like, all right. So she sent me to my mother's. I got sent to my mom. Well, I'm on house arrest for 6 months. So I can't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I can't do really anything. I can't just go for a walk. I can't go to the store. I can't go to Rite Aid up the street. I can't walk down to the beach. I can't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm stuck in the house. So the first thing I do when I get to my mother's house, man, was find a job. First things first. No, first things first, I asked for help. Because I knew I was mentally messed up, spiritually messed up, energy messed up, physically, like I said, say that again, all around destroyed, right? But I'm still trying to function and focus on getting 2 feet under my body, 2 feet on the ground, so I can walk around and do what I gotta do. That's another story too. So the first thing I do is find a job. I work the same job every day. I'm faithful every day, and it was through an agency. I didn't have to show up every day. I could have took days off. I showed up every day. I wanted to focus on something. Like I said, doing the same thing every day helps you realize what your problem is. You know what I'm saying? You start to see more of your own flaws and problems instead of pointing the finger and having the answer all the time. You know what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I found out. So while I'm there, I'm stacking stupid money. Stacking dumb money, right? She ain't charging me nothing. The only thing she said was, gotta buy your own food. I'm like, buy my own food? She's like, yeah. Like, I don't got a problem with that. I'm thinking, like, it's supposed to be mama house, though. Like, they supposed to... I didn't care, man. So I'm buying all my own stuff. Now, she's still giving me dinner in between and all that. So I ain't tripping. But, I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, cool. All right. Now she flip on me. It's towards the end of my 6 months, and she flip on me. She say something about I did something, I wasn't coming correct or something. Oh, mind you, this whole 6 months was like one of the worst 6 months that I could have ever went through to be living with my mother in my entire life. It was worse than when I was living with her in that 2011. It was worse than that because I knew where I needed help and I asked for help, and she told me to my face, no, I will not help you. No, I cannot help you. You will not get help here. And to this day, I kind of wonder why. But like I said, now that it's like a year away from that, I kind of already see things differently now. I'm about to get to that. We're getting to the end of the second part of the story. The first part was how I lost all my energy to the white girl on the west side. The second part was about how they kept me without my energy. And the third part is about to be about how I'm retrieving my energy and getting it back. But I'm still ending the second part. The second part is going to end like this. So my mother flipped on me after 6 months. I was almost off house arrest. I'm on an ankle. I'm going to work every day. Everything's great. I'm even sneaking the Giant Eagle and shit. Because they're not detecting me. It's on the route. I shouldn't have said that because they end up catching me and I end up getting back on house arrest. My mother said, you gotta go. I said, that's fine with me. I'll get up. I call the sergeant, because you got to call them no matter what. Somebody kick you out, or you got to, relocate. They have to have control over what you are doing in your house arrest. If they catch you out here on that anklet and you didn't tell your PO or you didn't tell the sergeant, they're going to send you to jail. There's no asking, there's no questions, no nothing. I do this. I say, okay, all right, cool. So she says, well, maybe your dad. She said, yeah, she said, yeah, maybe you can stay with your dad. I said, why would I want to do that? And I'm thinking like, well, it's better than the street, it's better than the shelter, blah, blah, blah. So ultimately I ended up moving in with him, but I was already in communication with him because supposedly my father was the only person who could get my things from her house, because like they said I kept inquiring about getting my stuff out of her house. I'm like, okay, it's over, you won't see me again. trying to get out anyway. I just want my stuff, you know what I'm saying, from over there. And she's like, my PO told me that she only wants my father over there. Cause I had a cousin that could probably get it. I had probably somebody else. She said she don't want Ellis, which is my mother's boyfriend. She said she don't want her or Ellis over at the house. And I'm just noticing certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, as later on though. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, cool. So I move in with him. And I didn't even go to Giant Eagle. I stopped at the corner store. And the sergeant called. You're off your route. I'm like, I'm walking directly to my father's. There's a store right here on the way to my father. He's like, you're off your route. We seen you go off your route. We're on the way. So they come, they arrest me, I go to jail. You know, the judge see me. I get 3 more months of house arrest. She's like, well, you gotta get 3 more months. There's something else you need to learn. You haven't learned anything. So I'm like it's ridiculous. I do the rest of my time there. And, you know, my dad get to tripping on me. Just out of the blue. Just like it's a comic book. Just like it's a scary movie or something, man. Just like to the point where he called the police on me. And it happened twice. The first time he called the police on me, I told him he don't have to. I'll voluntarily leave. But first, I need to tell the police. I need to tell the police where I'm going. You're not about to get me put in jail because you want to feel crazy and won't talk to me about it. You won't talk to me about it. You know, you feel a certain way, but you can't convey what you want to say. Whatever. I said, cool, man. That was the first time. But he still want to collect $100 a month from me for storage. I said, I'm on the street out here, and you want $100 from me for storage. Cool, I ain't got no problem with that. I'm just taking documents of all of this. Let people act crazy taking documents. Now, when he come to pick up the storage fee, he says, well, yeah, if you want to come back, yeah, you can. So everything in me is like, if this nigga don't get away from me, bro, you know what I'm saying? Get this dude away from me, man, before something else end up happening to you. I look at that shelter, though, and say, anything's better than the shelter. So I end up going back. I stayed for another couple of months, 3 months or something, 2 months. And he ended up kicking me out, or he ended up calling the police. And the police asked him, what did he do? And this is quote unquote what he told the police. He disrespected me. That's what he told the police. I said, he looked at me and asked me, so what happened here? I had to tell him I have no idea. Because I really didn't. I don't know what he's mad about, officer. I came in after a job interview. He started going crazy. I have no idea. He started going off. I let him keep talking, officer. But when he told me he would punch me in my mouth, officer, that's when things escalated, officer. So he told me, go ahead, finish packing your stuff up. Just go ahead and pack stuff up. So I packed a couple bags, and I left. And ever since, that's really been it. I've been out here on my own. So, I don't think I'm going to be able to do part 3 about this because my the battery is getting low. And I've been on here for like 2 hours already. But why am I doing this, though? To get back to the extraterrestrial type of, stuff. You can't let people find out where you're from. You can't let people find out your true intentions. People want to use this platform for, I don't want to say evil or for darkness, but they want to use this platform for something that it wasn't meant for. And they breaking anything and anybody to get it done. What's dangerous is it's always been like that. It's always been like that. Breaking this platform to, do what you want to do. And when I say platform, I mean this life, this platform, this earth, these businesses, these people, relationships, communication. All of this is a platform. It's always been broken to do things that weren't meant to happen here. But I started this video because I've witnessed my energy change. I witnessed that, I watched it happen, but it didn't happen up until I came across certain people. That's what I'm trying to say. So, me by myself, alone, my little family, my little, broke little hood, little life that I was happy with, I was cool with it. You know what I'm saying? People would laugh at me all the time. You ain't got no Jordans, you ain't got this. I never cared. I didn't care about a Jordan. So they look cool. Yeah, I felt bad sometimes because I ain't had the latest brands. Because I done had Nike, everybody else had Pumas and Feelers, and I had Shaqs and whatever. But at the end, I ultimately came out better because I was so broke. I had to make up my own style. I used to stitch together my own clothes. I used to super glue patterns onto my shorts. You know what I'm saying? I used to find shoes that were brand name, but they weren't $1,000. Like Pony, before Pony was, British Knight, before British Knight is what it is, like Champion, before Champion is what it is. So, ultimately, I feel like I showed the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, how to dress, how to present themselves, how to be original, as far as the fashion front. Now, as far as thinking, like, religious, I felt like that was nobody's business. I felt like that's not what I'm here for. I'm only here to lead the way. I'm a leader. You know what I'm saying? I lead the way, I open up new gates and venues, and then I go and sit down. I already know what's through the door. I opened it. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you now to go through and see what you see and what you do. But I made this video, man, because like I said, I witnessed the changes within me, within myself, within my life that's around me, within my family. They look at me different. They don't see me as somebody who can even have a shadow of a doubt. They look at me as a lost cause. It's over. And what's scary is I've always needed my family to be a success. Always. Without my family, I felt like nothing. They was the boost to my spirit. Like, if you ain't got nobody to live for, what are you doing? And this is the era where it's COVID era. You know what I'm saying? This is the technical age. This is the digital age. If you don't have no real backbone, no real spine, no real backup, you a dead fish. All fish when in schools, maybe. You know what I'm saying? All birds is in a flock. So it's like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, and with the energy thing, I found out how to retrieve my energy, but it's deadly because the wave of this life, how it is right now, doesn't permit that. That all-seeing, that confident, that you can do anything kind of energy, that kind of lifestyle where you know what you want to do and you do it. That's not how life is going right now out here. And whenever you bring that around people, they get nervous. They get scared. They don't want to be around you. There's people doing things that they know they shouldn't be doing to get certain stuff. Remember when I told you those not the old people, but when I told you light-skinned girl house, her dad, they would be doing them killer type rituals or whatever they was doing. They was doing that to get the energy from me that they knew that they weren't supposed to be doing. You can do certain stuff that'll grant you certain things. Right? That's just like me, I ain't gonna lie. I went to jail. Lord knows I shouldn't have went to jail, especially not for 6 months. That's a half a year, bro. That's a long time for a dude like me to be in jail. That hit me, bro. Like, my head, I think I got PTSD and anxiety from just being in her house, let alone being around, being around some inmates that are really from these streets, that really got real charges. You know what I'm saying? Like murder charges, grand theft auto, real burglary. They really broke into business and stole some money. You know what I'm saying? Like they really doing this shit, and they around me now, living in my life, living in my era. And you don't think that affected me? But I come out, and I don't get like a congratulations or a handshake from them, but it's like it was almost like a pass was granted. to like a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't treat everything like it's temporary. I don't treat things like, okay, I'm the shit now. I don't. I treat things like, okay, that's like money in the bank. That's like an investment. You know what I'm saying? That's like experience. That can or cannot be needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got that experience under your belt. You know. But I keep saying this though, man. I made this video because I witnessed things change in my life. And it's like I had no control over it. And I say that because I feel like my family is like not even, they like different. I feel like my family is on a whole nother, I don't know what happened to them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm scared. They like, it's like they hate me. I don't even know what I did to them. But like I say, the part 3 was supposed to be about how I figured out, how I'm finding out how to retrieve my energy. And it's sad to say, right? But it's a part of yourself that you got to give up in order to get yourself back. And the part that you have to give up is the part that's always defensive. It's always saying, no, not me. That can never be me. You got to get that up. Once you break, once you lower certain guards, other things start coming in. You gotta watch it. Certain things will come in that's not for you. End up doing something that's not for you. But what comes in helps you understand who you are and how you even lost yourself. You start seeing bigger things. And another thing that started helping me get my energy back, praying again, man. You have to pray. You have to be serious about it. It starts when you go to sleep at night. Pray, man. Beg God. Pray to God. Explain to God that you know you are wrong. That's number one. We all think we're so right. We got all these money, companies, you know, we out of jail. We feel like we free. You know, we got these jobs. We got, we feel like God in our own right. And you lose everything. You lose it because you forget how you even, bro. You forget what even made you what you are because you have all these abilities and powers and all these little earthly little attributes. And that's what'll happen. You lose yourself in all that. But when I started praying again, man, and I started praying because, like I said, I'm getting scared. I'm going through all these opportunities. And I keep walking away from them. I'm going through all these opportunities. And that light-skinned girl, her dad and all them, they keep changing the situation. They've been around me long enough. They've done enough rituals around me. They've done enough sacrifices around me. They put enough, demon pouches and demon spirits in my body to know exactly where I am, what I'm doing. They bought out my family because they know I don't reach out. So they made me look bad. I wasn't reaching out because I wasn't feeling my family. I wasn't feeling the spirit. In my family, you have to feel the spirit. You can't be around people who's wasting time. Or I'll just talk. Blah, blah, blah. Off in the street. Or I'll talk. You can't do that around my family because then they'll call you bullshit, call you bluff. You have to have the spirit, man, in order to be in my family, man. And I wasn't, and I didn't want to go around my people like that. So that's why I was staying away. But that girl, that light-skinned girl, was literally calling my people and telling them, yeah, he's sitting over here, saying y'all ain't nothing. Yeah, he's sitting over here talking about he don't need a dad. Yeah, he's sitting over here talking about you ain't nothing, Sherry, that's my mother's name. Yeah, he's sitting over here talking about, you just, y'all just ain't nothing to him. Yeah, he's sitting over here smoking weed, he's sitting over here playing video games. He living his life to the fullest. Meanwhile, I'm feeling terrible the worst I've ever felt in my whole life. In my whole life. Ever. You know what I'm saying? But they believed her because I wasn't there. I wasn't there to prove the point. I wasn't there to stop. I wasn't there to dismiss the lie. Like, yeah, I lie, but I ain't gonna say I lie, but I do make up a lot of stuff. But I never make up stuff about my family, though, man. That's like the last thing. If anything happens to you, you gotta have your family. Big ass bumblebee, bro. I had to check it out. Anyway, right, so, yeah, man. So now my family gone, and they still believe in what's some ex, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no, it's getting worse. It's even worse. I told you. That's going to be part 4. Well, part 3 right now is about how I'm retrieving my confidence, man, my all-knowing self that can get anything done. Be cool, get things done, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. Be confident within yourself. Faith, whatever you want to call it. Belief in God. Everything you know, everything you touch, everything you see, everything you act, you feel, everything, man. You know? I'm slowly trying to piece it back together. But every time I do, that family that I was living with, bro, they right there watching. They used to your boy being in the dark. They used to George Fortune not being a real Fortune. They used to George not being George. They used to George not actually being who he is. That's what they used to, man. They not used to him flourishing in energy, having great conversations with people, working a normal job, being frustrated. They not used to him having an attitude. They not used to him eating food, eating good food. Man, my organs, man. If you seen my x-ray, bro, you would wonder how the heck I'm even sitting here on this video, man. I seen my x-ray when I went to jail. You gotta get an x-ray your body. Dude, my body, man, just looked like, I don't know what the fuck, bro. Like, what the fuck? But the more stress that happens to you, man, it impacts your health and your organs. And I sat through so much, dude, in that house with them people, man, like nothing was happening. It impacted me. You know what I'm saying? So all I can do now, because I can't regain my parents' trust. I told you that's all I had growing up. I can't regain their trust. So I don't know what else to do. All I can do is be the example, and it's hard as hell. Every time I find a job, every time I get on a good road, here come them evil dark spirits turning everybody away. And this is Cleveland, bro. Like, you gotta have something about you, some type of something. What you been doing with, like, every time I start something, it get erased. Every time I get a good job, people the relationships start, and they want me to be known as some type of creep too. Not me, George Fortune. No, George Fortune ain't no creep. George Fortune is greedy. He's a sex addict. When it come to women, when it come to females, sure, man. If you want to call me a borderline pervert either, man, I'm a borderline pervert either, man. I'm in control, sure. But all I think about is women, anatomy. That's all I think about. That's the ultimate relief. That's what God gave us. You know what I'm saying? But things are changing. Things are changing, dude. It's a new game. It's another game going on, man. And it has zilch to do with God, bro. Zero. Zero. Nothing to do with God at all. If you got God, that's good. You know what I'm saying? It's got to that point. If you got God on your side, that's good. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't what this game is about. As far as getting ahead, as far as corporations and, you know, these companies and, you know, just dealing with life in general, man. Just being able to go outside every day, being able to talk to people. It's not about God or like that no more, bro. It's not. If you meet that kind of covenant or if you meet that kind of group, then, yeah, you got lucky, sure. You can spin that spool for a while. If you're trying to get ahead, though, bro, get you a new car, buy you a house. If you want to be making like, you know, $500 grand a year, $1 million a year, I won't say throw God out the window, but you got to get hip to what's really going on out here. what's really happening. And people want to stop it. When they see that you can do something that they can't, it's over. So it should be over for you. And that's the situation I'm in now. Almost my whole family, I want to say 65% and 70% of my family can see that I can do something that they can't. Just by surviving on my own out here. I've been out here for a year. By myself. Paying my own bill. My car insurance hasn't been late. My car insurance was late once. My phone bill has never been late. My phone ain't been cut off yet. My storage unit ain't been cut off yet. This is a whole year by myself. Now, granted, I had 10 jobs, sure. Because you get these demons that try to change you into something. I'm not about to do that. Bro, I will have 100 jobs a year, bro. Until that one job finally say, that's George Floyd. That's the George we know. That's the George we expect. But I'm not about to change, though, bro. To cater to somebody else's ignorant way of what they think life is. I'm not about to do that. But that's for another vlog. But that's what I'm going to say, though, man. I'm going to go ahead, man. I'm going to go ahead and end it. But, yeah. But, like, right now, just from bringing up all these little, just doing these truths about, you know, the connection of what we are and where we come from and what we do and how we think, how we feel. The first things first, man, if you lose that connection to what you are, man, you are going to turn into a monster. There is or a ghost. There is no in between. There is no, okay, well, you got bits and pieces of it. There's none of that. You're either a monster or you're either a ghost. And I'm a harsh combination of both. Harsh. But what I want to do, right? Share these answers with people. You don't have to remain a monster or a ghost. You don't have to. Some people turn into a monster. That's what they turn into for the rest of their life. They'd rather just be a monster. Just collecting little powers, you know, taking other people's abilities. Which is not that bad, because you still living. You still get everything you want. Matter of fact, the monsters are what's running, actually, this country. Dude, look at what these bigots do, really. Dude, look at what these leaders really are, bro. Do they really seem human to you? Think about it. Think about it, man. Do they look in any way like they care about any emotions at all? Anything that you feel, do they look like the type you would bring home to your family, to your mom, to your daughter? No. They're here to run the power, bro. It don't have to make sense. It has to make power. Money. That's what it is. It's about here. But if you a ghost, bro, you get left behind, bro. You super stuck. You super stuck, bro. You super lost. Cause they ain't caring about you. You could die today, man. They're not thinking about you, man. You a ghost. You ain't nothing. They use you, yeah, man. They use your little whatever you supposed to be. Whatever little ounce of little energy or whatever little. Every day you use thousands of them every day. You just another one of the drones. You ain't nothing. So you either a monster or a ghost, man. You lose connection to what you are. And what I wanted to say is that they're cutting off the connection. They don't want real people down here no more. That's what I wanted to get out. That's what I wanted to get to. But that's going to be for a whole nother vlog. But that's where the danger is. They don't want people down here no more, man. We used to be people. Rich in wealth. Not rich in paper money. Not rich in Bitcoin. We used to be rich, bro. We used to be able to do anything we wanted. Say anything we wanted. Freely. Rightfully, too. Not even criminalistic. Not even wrong, man. Yeah, you break the rule. That's what you're supposed to do. You gotta realize that you're imperfect, so you break the rule. Sure. But that's not just what you live to do. I just live to break the rule. Oh, man. They're cutting that connection, man. They only want us used for pain. They want us all to be animals or robots. Got a whole song about that, bro. Animals and robots. Yeah, animal, exactly. Or you're a robot. You're an animal, you do your job. Get slaughtered at the end, get eaten. Or you're a robot, you upload it with the data and do exactly what I programmed you to do. So, I don't know. It's not bad though, man, when you actually control both. That's all I can tell you. It's not bad. But me on the other hand, oh man, I think I'm gonna end it. I just want that energy. I just want my spirit. I just want my soul. Just want to be able to talk to people. Just want to stay out of trouble. I was never supposed to be in trouble. I just want to stay out of trouble. That's all I want, man. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing out of life. I already seen what this life is already about, man. I don't need the mansion on the hills, man. What's my little fantasy for this earth down here, man? It was to have some type of law in a metropolis somewhere downtown where everything's always happening. Everything is always happening 24/7. But now my fantasy is different. I just want a house out in the grass, man. It's out where ain't nobody, ain't no road, ain't none of that. You gotta get a plane to my house. You know what I'm saying? There's no concrete, you know what I'm saying? There's no driveway, man. Ain't no car. You have to catch a flight to my home. You have to have a private plane or a helicopter, some type of little, you know, like that plane that was on Sonic. You gotta have that to get to my house, man. I'm off the grid, bro. House out in the grass. Then have a farmhouse, man. Then have a farmhouse in a whole nother location somewhere where I relearn how plants grow, relearn how animals are born. I need to be taught the basics of everything, man. I just feel disconnected from what this was even supposed to be. So that's my new fantasy. House in the grass, unbothered. You know what I'm saying? Chilling, man. Living life. Enjoying my little White Claw. Probably the occasional joint. Oh, that stuff got depressing for me now, man. I used to smoke that. Rock out. I smoke that now and just be like, God, darn. I can't even think of this motherfucker. That's the first thing I realized after smoking some weed. I can't even think. So, but yeah, man. Phone just went into power saving mode, so I think I might want to go ahead go ahead and end it. But there's gonna be 2 more parts to this saga. Like I said, the first part was about just being what you are and how you can lose it via people. The people you meet, they after you. Like if you a commodity, if you something that's not really, if you like a rare breed, if you like not like the rest, they after you, bro. And they'll do anything. Put you in jail, kill you, bury you, take your mind, change you to somebody else, feed you chemicals. They'll do anything it takes to control and contain you. Is what the game is. Alright? So if you like a regular, you know, work person, you've been doing it, man, for the last 5 years, 10 years, I salute you, man. You're getting it done. If you're in college, you've been studying for the last 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years, trying to get your master's, I'm saluting you, man. Stay up. If you're a parent, you got 4, 5 kids, you running around here trying to keep your bills paid, keep your kids happy and fed, I'm saluting you, man. Big ups. You know what I'm saying? But if you one of these niggas out here, man, is get money, you ain't know what to do, man. You just wasting resources, man. I tell you, man, we got a special task force for niggas like you, man. You one of these sneaky type and if you one of these old type dudes, man. One of these old dudes who done gave up, and now you want everybody else to give up. Cause you gave up. You ruining everybody else's life, ruining everybody else's time, cause your time is over. Oh, we got a special task force for you. We got somebody. Yeah, we got something special built for you. Especially good. Oh, and if you one of these women, man, who just be sitting on all these dicks out here, man, confusing these niggas like this, man, giving yourself up, making us think all women are like that, getting us embarrassed and shit, and you come across Come on, man. There's different rankings, man, to come to these women, man. I'm gonna start doing these vlogs about this shit, cause I be thinking about this shit. I really do. But this ain't the way I want to do it. I want to fix my health, get clear, you know, feel good, so I can actually have the full right to do these vlogs. I don't even have the full right to even be on this video right now. I don't feel my best right now. Actually, dude, them demons snuck right in my shoulders. Dude, them demons snuck right in my back as soon as I started doing this vlog, because they already knew what it was about to be about. They already knew it was about to be about the truth. So they snuck right in my throat. They call it the white man's hand back in the day. Dude, when my lower back got right cramped up, they called that the white man dick in your ass back in the day. The food that I ate this morning got right clogged up. I don't know what they would call that. My organs are stressing. Of course, now whenever the truth get ready to come out, man, everybody's like getting upset. But somebody gotta say it though, man. We running out. Darkness is becoming the norm, bruh. No God is becoming the norm. You got confidence in the wrong zone, in the wrong part. It's getting you money and it's feeding you. But you need to watch out for your mentality, your mental, who you are. Who was you before all of this got started? That's what you need to focus on, bro. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave that there, man. Expect another video from me soon, wherever I post this. This phone about to run out. What am I about to do? I'm torn in between going back to my bed at the shelter at the halfway house or paying for another room, because I did have a nice peaceful time by myself. Had a couple White Claws. You know, I can't smoke no weed yet, still on probation. So, but I had a nice peaceful time. I almost got into some trouble last night. That's different. You know what I'm saying? If I was drunk, I would have got into some trouble last night, but I wasn't drunk. So, that's my debate. Tomorrow, got a couple runs to make. Hopefully get my car looked at. I'll be driving. I'll be doing vlogs in the car. Nice day. It was gray. Now it's sunny. Transforming a little bit, so that's a good sign. So, start back working out. Get back up to shape. Get back ready for this physical endurance. My job is actually pretty physical. It's actually not that easy. So, get ready for that next week. And, I guess I'll catch y'all whenever I catch y'all, man. Deuces, peace. Peace to the world. Peace.